party, as later in the program we'll discuss the labor issue. But for the game itself, Cito Gaston naming Jimmy Key as his starter. Key, of course, with the Yankees at 13-2. He won the '91 All-Star game in Toronto when he was a member of the Blue Jays, but begged off last year with arm fatigue. He'll be facing a tough National League lineup with Greg Jeffries leading off, and we'll go over that lineup in just a moment. Let's go to Chris Berman now for a look at the American League starters as voted in by you, the fans.
Baseball fans went to the ballot box in record numbers this year, with the Kid receiving a record number of votes. While Ken Griffey Jr. was punching out opposing pitchers in pursuit of Roger Maris's home run record, over 6 million fans punched out Griffey on the ballots, eclipsing Rod Carew's previous best of 4.29 million votes in 1977. In fact, Griffey had more votes than the Milwaukee Brewers, California Angels, and Pittsburgh Pirates, minus Sandy Van Slyke, combined. Another junior, Cal Ripken Jr., is the AL Senior All-Star. He'll be making his 11th consecutive start at shortstop, an All-Star game record at that position. His best month came in June when he batted .354 with 7 homers and 20 ribbies. Ripken bested his nearest competitor, Ozzie Guillen, by more than 4 million votes. Yankees third baseman Wade Boggs will be making his 8th straight appearance at the hot corner, 10th overall. Boggs tallied more than 3 million votes and has enjoyed a power surge as well, hitting the most home runs since his career-high 24 back in 1987. Boggs is hitting .350 in All-Star play. That shouldn't be a surprise. Last year's All-Star MVP, Kirby Union Gap Puckett, will once again patrol the outfield. This is Puckett's 9th straight All-Star game appearance. He's been among the league leaders in RBIs over the first half of the season. Puckett's impressive first-half numbers earned him 2.7 million votes. World Series hero Joe Carter hopes to turn the trick once again, this time at the Midsummer Classic. Carter has been one of the few bright spots in an otherwise disappointing season for the champion Blue Jays. Carter led the league in RBIs for most of the first half of the season. He's batting over .300 with runners in scoring position. His best month was May, when he hit .341. First base is Frank Thomas's stamp of approval. The Big Hurts run for the Triple Crown may have given him the edge over a crowded field that included Will Clark, Mo Vaughn, Raphael Emerson Lake and Palmero, and Cecil Fielder. Thomas is also chasing the Major League record for runs and walks in a season. This is Frank's first All-Star game start. 22-year-old Ivan Pudge Rodriguez once again will be the man behind the plate for the American League. Rodriguez narrowly beat out Sandy Alomar Jr. for catching honors. Rodriguez has hit over .300 the last 2 months. His hot bat coincided with the Rangers' rise in the AL West. Sandy's brother, Roberto Remember the Alomar, will represent the Alomar family in the 65th All-Star game. It will also be his 4th straight start at second base. He easily outdistanced runner-up Carlos Baerga by more than 1.8 million votes. Alomar is hitting .350 against right-handed pitching.
And here's a look at the American League reserves. Albert Bell, 4th in the American League with a .357 batting average, 3rd in home runs. Kenny Lofton joining him on the team. Ruben Sierra, 75 runs batted in for the A's. Will Clark at that tough first base position, 78 runs batted in, 3rd in the league with a .353 batting average. Paul Molitor named to the staff by Cito Gaston. Chuck Knobloch leading with 37 doubles and pursuing the all-time doubles record. Mickey Tettleton, the backup catcher, 72 walks, 2nd in the American League. On to the pitchers, Wilson Alvarez and Jason Barrea, the White Sox. David Cohn is here. 12-4 record over the first half of the season. Pat Henkin of the Blue Jays. Randy Johnson, Mike Mussina, and Lee Smith, the only reliever on the American League staff. Jim Cott, right now, we're seeing teams in the American League scoring 5.3 runs a game on an average. That's the 6th highest in the history of the game at this point. So the action is on offense. But again, over the first half of the season, your thoughts on the American League? What types of things jump out at you?
Well, what jumps out at me is the Cleveland Indians and their starting rotation, along with the White Sox. You mentioned all those offensive numbers. Well, I'd hate to have to pitch against some of the names you just mentioned. So when you look at the things the Indians and the White Sox have done over the first half of the season, there are still some pitchers out there that can get it done. And the big question mark with Cleveland was, could they put a nice rotation together? They've done that. Now with Jack McDowell coming back, the White Sox have a set. No surprise that the teams with the best records have the deepest and the best starting rotations.
Peter, the Indians, not since '59 have they led at the All-Star break. Of course, it would be a year where there might be a strike, but nevertheless, they're leading it. And they're a team that really has, they've played well with their record, but they've also shown that they have something down the stretch.
Oh, there's no question. I think the Indians are just about the best story in the American League in the first half. what they have become, like the Expos in the National League, they've become the team that people want to go see. Great young player. Lofton is, he does not get enough credit for being on another level. Albert Bell, guys like, players like, all their young pitchers, Alomar, they have become a great team to go watch. But the thing that's made it such a great story is the revival of that city. I mean, it was 15 years ago, you'd laugh about going to the Mistake on the Lake. Now that place is packed every night. The city itself is really active. A great deal of enthusiasm for everything around the city of Cleveland. It's just shown what baseball, being an everyday business, can mean to a city.
They've been aggressive, kept the payroll down, and they even were aggressive in making the trade for Jeff Russell for help in the bullpen. When Jim Cott, Peter Gammons, and I continue, we'll have a look at the National League, and also you'll want to stay with us throughout the evening here on ESPN on All-Star Monday, following the gala at 9 o'clock Eastern Home Run Derby, as Chris Berman tells you how Griffey and Bell and Thomas and Bagwell did. Then the heroes of baseball, the Upper Deck All-Star Contest, Raleigh Fingers, Reggie Jackson starring in that, Sports Center with Keith and Dan, and then the Baseball Tonight Roundtable, which Reggie Jackson joins Peter Gammons and myself. As we continue here, we'll look at the National League starting pitcher and the lineup and their home run leader. Where does Matt Williams figure in things? We're here for 90 minutes. Later in the program, a look at one of the true heroes, not just in baseball, but in life. And he stands tall in the city of Pittsburgh forever. Don't go away. The All-Star Gala live from Pittsburgh continues in a moment.
Play Safeway's Touchdown to Win. There's a prize for every touchdown and sack during TSN telecast. You could win Fuji's 35mm Zoom Date camera, a Gold Star StarTouch VCR, a Hotpoint microwave oven, or Timex watches featuring the Indiglo nightlight. Or win a trip or two to Puerto Vallarta, courtesy of Canadian Holidays, Canada's largest vacation company. Safeway's participating products, Fix Pickles and Maxwell House Ground Coffee. Touchdown to Win, exclusively at Safeway, today's better way.
Just say no. Say no to costly roof replacement and disposal costs. The secret weapon of roofing professionals for over 20 years, Master's Choice can now save you hundreds to thousands of dollars on your shingle, tile, metal, and flat roof. With just a roller, anyone can easily apply our industrial-grade, waterproof, seamless rubber roofing directly over your old tired roof. 7 colors, water cleanup, and a 10-year warranty. The leak stops here with Master's Choice.
What kind of people are going for Cantel's new Amigo? This kind. People concerned with safety, their own and their families. Why? Because there's never been anything like Amigo Safety. Just $19.95 a month gets you everything you need. It goes in your car so you're in touch. It's there when they and you need it. Isn't that the perfect reason for having it? The $19.95 a month Amigo Safety from Cantel. At last, affordable cellular you'll find everywhere. Amigo.
So, my best friend is working like a dog to clean his car. With dish soap? Hey, you washing your dishes or your car? Look what Spot's got for you. Yeah, Spot and Wash. Dab a little on those embarrassing bug and tar spots. Bingo, they're gone. Now wash the whole car with Spot and Wash. Oh, that's clean. Yeah, I wouldn't mind riding in that.
New Spot and Wash from Armor All. You'll never use dishwashing soap again.
Open the door, Spot. Spot, this is funny. Open the door.
These are the days of thunder. NASCAR Auto Racing on TSN. Grab some high-speed thrills at the Miller Genuine Draft 500 from Pocono International Raceway. Late night Sunday. And feel NASCAR thunder on Real TV TSN.
Welcome back to the city of Pittsburgh. We're at Heinz Hall, just a fly ball away from Three Rivers Stadium, where tomorrow night's All-Star game will take place. And joining us, Paul O'Neill from the New York Yankees, second time to the All-Star team. Member of the Yankees, batting .400 for much of the season. Paul, your thoughts on dealing with the pressure of that? Because a guy named John Olerud came here last year with the same thing in mind and, of course, tailed off.
Well, I think that, first of all, it made it a lot easier for me that we were winning. And that, a lot of the media picks up on that. You know, the Yankees haven't won in a while. And when we're in first place, it makes it easy to go to the ballpark. And especially when you feel like you're doing something, it makes it fun to go to the ballpark.
Well, has Yankee Stadium helped you?
Well, I don't think it's a great park because I don't pull the ball around the line a lot. But I think the gaps are big, and if you hit the ball, drive the ball in the gaps, it can help a lot. And just being able to go out there and play every night, it's a great ballpark. You can't help but get pumped up going down that tunnel and walking out in Yankee Stadium.
Well, it seems to be the strength of this Yankee ball club when you look at teams of the past with the Mantles and the elegant Yankees, so to speak. You guys have a special little spirit there going. No one guy stands out, but you have some great balance and a great bench.
Yeah, on any given night, guys have helped us win games, and it hasn't been one person or one pitcher or anything. And that's what makes it fun going to the ballpark. I mean, when you go and you don't know who's going to do what for you that night, but somehow you figure out to win. We got some guys down right now, but I think in the second half, pretty soon we'll have everybody back and start playing really well again.
And the Orioles are keeping the pressure on. No one could have envisioned the Blue Jays, even with injuries, having the problems they're having. Do you expect them to make a serious run before the season runs out, unless, of course, we have a strike?
Yeah, well, going out of spring training, nobody would have believed if, they'd be out like they are at the All-Star break. But, the type of talent they have, they can make a run. And, nobody's out of this thing. We got 80-some games to play left, and that's a lot of baseball, and a lot of things can happen.
Is your approach different, Paul, as a team, because there is realignment and there is a wild card? I mean, obviously you always want to go out and win, but now you can look at what other teams are doing if they're in competition for that other spot, not just in your division.
Well, I think going out of spring training, everybody realized it's going to take a lot of wins to win this division. I mean, we're in a strong division. Some people have dropped back, but they're still, they're capable of beating anybody on a given night. And that's the way I look at it. I just feel that we have to win a lot of games to win this division, no matter who we're playing. So we go out and play hard and hopefully, get a win that night.
Paul, is this the atmosphere that you can have fun and get your mind off that more than any other? I mean, you come in here, there's no pressure about winning, but you can jive around the cage and really enjoy yourself in this atmosphere.
I'm thrilled to be here. A lot of people say they'd rather have the days off. I'm not that way at all. I mean, I don't get this opportunity to come here every year, so it's a lot of fun for me. And just going out there and running around with some of those guys that you're playing against, and tomorrow night you'll be rooting for guys that you root against during the season. So it's fun. It's a great time, and Pittsburgh's doing a good job here.
When they talk about the long season, there's been a lot made in New York of some of the lineups that Buck Showalter throws out there, where he sits you down or way down. But do you think, come the 15th of August and then the push on through October, that in the end you'll be fresher because of some of those?
Well, it could be. I mean, Buck believes in using a lot of different people. And like I said, on any given night, different people have helped us win games. And sometimes it doesn't include a lot of people that, everybody expects to play. But if you're winning, that's what you go with. And he's done it ever since I've been in New York. He's given people days off on certain days. And, over the long haul, it probably could help.
Before we let you go, I know one of the first things you said when you slipped in here in the break, you asked about the home run hitting contest. We don't want to give that away because it follows this show. Chris Berman would be upset with that. But they talk about the All-Star game being fun, the American League having won 6 straight. It seems like the competition in the home run hitting contest is very serious, watching Ken Griffey and Frank Thomas versus some of the National League players.
Well, it's kind of like the slam dunk contest. It's kind of the slam dunk of baseball, and everybody gets excited to see that and what's going on. So it was fun to watch. Believe me, when you watch it, you won't believe how far some of those balls are traveling. So I told Griffey today, I took batting practice in Pittsburgh for 7 years and never hit any balls even close to where he was hitting them today. So it was fun to watch, and I'm sure the people watching will have fun with it.
Yeah, he's got an impressive swing, and so do you. Batting .450 around that mark with runners in scoring position. Good luck. Enjoy the All-Star game. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. Good seeing you guys.
All right, Paul O'Neill with the New York Yankees. When Jim Cott, Peter Gammons, and I continue from the city of Pittsburgh, we'll look at the National League starting pitcher. And the National League lineup is Chris Myers will go over, or Chris Berman, I should say, will go over the list. I'm Chris Myers, and you know who you are. Don't go away. Three Rivers Stadium hosting its second All-Star game tomorrow night. We're coming to you from Heinz Hall, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Introducing the last people you thought would ever use cellular. Introducing Amigo people. What's Amigo? It's from Cantel, and there's never been anything like it. It's cellular that's affordable. This is Amigo Safety. Just $19.95 a month gets you everything you need. It goes in your car so you're always in touch. It helps you feel safe and be secure. Amigo Safety is there when you need it. And isn't that the perfect reason for having it? This is Amigo Personal. Only $29.95 a month, and it gets you everything you need, including free calling every weekend. Amigo Personal goes anywhere. So when you're here, you're talking to Liz. When you're there, you're on to Frank. Here, They're just about everywhere you're talking affordable. You pick the Amigo that's right for you. Where? Off the shelf where you shop every day. Amigo Safety, Amigo Personal from Cantel, starting as low as $19.95. At last, affordable cellular you'll find everywhere. Amigo.
It's a hit. TSN Sports Radio, featuring hourly updates and Dave Hodge commentary. TSN Sports Radio, punch it up across Canada.
There's nothing worse than smelly shoes. That's why Odor Eater's insoles contain activated charcoal, the world's most powerful odor destroyer. Odor Eaters, so strong they actually knock the odor out of your shoes and out of your life.
And welcome back on All-Star Monday. This is the All-Star Gala as we're live for the next hour and 12 minutes talking with the various players. Gearing up for tomorrow night's All-Star Game, the fourth time that the All-Star Game has been held in the city of Pittsburgh, the National League city of Pittsburgh, although the game dominated by the American League. We spoke with Paul O'Neill a moment ago, and joining us now along with Peter Gammons is Wade Boggs. This is your 10th All-Star selection, and this game with the American League dominance, Wade, the National League seems to not be bothered by it. And Peter was saying earlier that some of the AL players seem to come in here with a little bit of cockiness about dominating the National League.
I don't think it's cockiness. I just think that we heard that the National League was so good for so long that when Tony La Russa came over and brought a new sense of going out and not treating it as just another exhibition, and treating it as hey, our league's better than the National League. So he brought that over, and it was a sense of awareness that the American League really needed to say, hey, we are a better league, and let's go out and play hard and see if we can beat the National League, and so far we've done it.
Isn't there a sense of pride for you personally when you go out there one year after another, knowing, you know, that you're an all-star, perennial all-star? Doesn't that mean an awful lot?
It means a great deal to me. But the main thing that it means to us as American leaguers is you always hear the senior circuit, this is the National League, and it's two different leagues, and we have the DH, and they let the pitchers hit, and these kinds of things. So you as players sit there and say, well, this is the one time, other than the World Series, we can show that the National League, we're better than them, and we come out there and jump on them in the first or second inning and score a lot of runs, and it sort of wakes them up.
Yeah, you've had success here hitting over, I think, 350 on your many trips here to the All-Star Game. Was that a conscious decision on your part when you had a chance to be a free agent to stay in the American League? You didn't want to go to the National League just because you were more comfortable here?
We had tossed around L.A. or New York, and it really came down to the fact that had I gone to L.A., I would have had to learn all the pitchers over again, and it weighed a lot on my mind staying in the American League, and you sort of feel comfortable about the same pitchers that you're facing all the time and not learning new pitchers. But in retrospect, it could work on the other hand, too. They don't know that much about me, so it would have helped. But I'm so happy in New York. So
yeah, in fact, is there truth that you're discussing maybe a contract extension or reworking the deal? I know you have some time.
We're working on it right now. Hopefully that George can be very receptive to it, and we can get down and maybe finalize it at the end of the season or something like that. I love New York. It's a great town, and the way that they're going, they're really trying to build a winner, and I'm glad I'm a part of it.
It seems as if this Yankee team is very quiet when it's in the clubhouse. It seems as if you guys are almost oblivious to all that goes on outside you. There doesn't seem to be any great hurrah about George Steinbrenner. It just seems as if it's one of the quieter teams in the league. Is that true?
I think they've really done their background checks on the guys that they've signed for the Yankees. They go out and say, what kind of player is this guy? Will he fit the mode that we're trying to establish 25 guys with the same type of attitude? The attitude that the Yankees have right now is a situation that you come in and you do your job, you do your work, and go home. And it's kind of ironic that I had to go to New York and get away from everything. And when they talk about getting rid of bad apples and everything like that, that I was one of those. And I go to New York, and I'm not one over there. So that was kind of ironic that I had to go to New York to relax.
And for all of your great hitting, last year led the American League in the fielding percentage. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck the rest of the second half, and enjoy yourself at the party.
All right, we will.
All right, your teammate, Jim Cott, is standing by on the floor with the starting pitcher for the American League for tomorrow night's All-Star game. Jim will be roaming the floor if nobody signs him to pitch. And let's go to Jim right now. Jimbo.
All right, thanks, Chris. And yeah, it's Yankee night, isn't it? Paul O'Neill, Wade Boggs, now Jimmy Key, and ex-Blue Jay Cito Gaston gives you the starting assignment. First of all, it had to be nice to see him from the times you had in Toronto and get the honor of starting the All-Star game.
Yeah, it was nice to come back here and be with him and the other coaches from Toronto and some of their players. And you're right, you know, to get named to be the starting pitcher of the All-Star game is something that, you know, I still can't believe is happening. And I'll be out there tomorrow night probably still not believing it. But I'm going to try to go out and do the best I can and try to get some people out and give us a chance to maybe win another ball game.
You remind me a lot of Whitey Ford, great lefty, Yankee left-hander, in that you're so cool and under control. But when you come to an atmosphere like this, the All-Star game, do you find the adrenaline pumping a little more and the heart beating a little faster?
Yeah, you do. You're a little bit out of your realm here. I mean, it's kind of overwhelming, this thing. And, you know, it happens so fast and you're in here and you're gone. So you're right. You're a little bit out of character here. And so you might see me sweating a little bit more tomorrow night. Maybe there might be a few more balls than I normally throw tomorrow night. But I'll try to get through it best I can.
Let's talk about the first half. 13 W's, but I've read where you yourself have said, I really haven't been sharp. I've gone out there and maybe you make that one pitch to get out of Dodge, but you haven't really been at the top of your game as your record would indicate, 13 wins.
That's true. I felt like I pitched a lot better last year in the first half, but, you know, this year I've made a lot of key pitches with a lot of men on base and kept me out of some jams and win some games that maybe I shouldn't have won. But, you know, that's what it's all about, is not letting that run score across the plate, and I've been able to do that. So I'm proud of the fact that I've been able to, you know, to keep us in a lot of games and win a lot of games and not being at the top of my game. So maybe I can get things going and maybe even have a better second half.
Jimmy, congratulations on your good first half and your starting assignment in the All-Star game. Have a lot of fun tomorrow.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, let's go back to Chris and Peter.
All right, thank you, Jim. And Jimmy, the only pitcher with at least 12 wins in each of the last 9 seasons. We'll be talking to more players as we continue live from Pittsburgh. When we come back, we'll look at the National League starting pitcher and lineup and talk with the National League home run leader at the All-Star break. Don't go away on All-Star Monday as we continue from the Steel City, Pittsburgh, PA.
How come they never watch the game? Give me a skybox, I take ball fans. Go in style, stay at the Sky Dome Hotel. Call 1-900-561-5252. A 50-cent toll applies. Or buy a specially marked case of blue to get a scorecard. Watch Blue Jays games on TSN and you could qualify to win all this in a Skybox weekend for you and 9 friends. You'll even get onto the field to take batting practice. But who's going to be in your regular seats? The Labatt Blue Big Inning Contest. It's back.
Play $1 Million Baseball Magic at A&P, Dominion, Miracle Food Mart, and Ultramart. You could win $1 million plus many other fabulous prizes. This week's feature products: Master Choice new frozen sorbet and ice cream. Master Choice frozen Mammoth barbecued beef burgers. And Master Choice Mammoth burger buns. $1 Million Baseball Magic, exclusively at A&P, Dominion, Miracle Food Mart, and Ultramart.
All right, never look back. You never know who might be gaining on you. That's what the Giants were worried about last season when the Atlanta Braves were chasing them. The Giants will have to be doing some chasing this season with the Dodgers. We'll be talking with Matt Williams in just a moment. First, speaking of the Braves, the National League starter for tomorrow night's All-Star game on the mound, Greg Maddux. First start, third time, back-to-back Cy Young Award winner. He was not on the last year's team. Chris Berman takes a look at this year's National League starting unit as voted in by the fans.
1994 marks the return of a familiar face. After a one-year hiatus, the Wizard of Oz is back in the starting lineup for the National League All-Stars. This is the 11th time that Ozzie Smith has been elected to start at shortstop. He was also the senior circuit's leading vote getter, totaling 3.5 million votes. It also marks the 3rd time Smith has led the NL in balloting, the others being 1987 and 1988. Joining Ozzie in the starting lineup is his Cardinal teammate Greg Jeffries, who beat out a talented list of first basemen, including Jeff Brown Paper Bagwell, Andres the Giant Galarraga, Fred Crime Dog McGriff, and Hal Morris. This is Jeffries' 2nd All-Star appearance. He's batting over 300 from both sides of the plate. Mike Pepperoni Piazza has proven the sophomore jinx is not a part of his vocabulary. The Dodgers catchers made it 2 for 2. 2 All-Star appearances in 2 Major League seasons. Not bad. Piazza's first half numbers are better than not bad. They're most valuable player material. He's batting .395 on the road, tops in the National League. Mariano Duncan will start at second base for the NL All-Stars. This is his All-Star debut. Duncan may have benefited from Ryan Sandberg's retirement. Duncan has enjoyed, though, a solid season for a Phillies squad that's experienced its share of first-half woes. San Francisco's Matt Williams has had a gigantic first half, cracking homer after homer after homer. Williams broke Willie Stargell's National League record for most home runs through the month of June. He's also chasing the National League single-season record for home runs, Hack Wilson's mark of 56. This is Williams' 2nd All-Star appearance. Teammate Barry U.S. Bonds is making his 4th All-Star appearance. The 3-time National League Most Valuable Player led all National League outfielders in balloting with over 3 million votes. He batted .348 in May with 7 homers and 21 ribbies. Bonds has also won, oh, by the way, 4 straight Gold Glove awards. Right fielder David Chief Justice is the lone Braves starter in the field. Justice has played an integral role in Atlanta's success the past few years. This is his 2nd All-Star appearance. The left-handed hitting Justice is batting .350 against southpaws. He garnered 2.3 million votes. Center fielder Lenny Dykstra is one of 4 Phillies on the All-Star squad. This is his 2nd Midsummer Classic. Dykstra had hoped to play despite undergoing an appendectomy last month. Lenny hit .392 in May and is batting .336 at home, where the Phillies are 25-14.
And Marquise Grissom of the Expos will replace Lenny Dykstra on the All-Star team. That appendicitis keeping Lenny Dykstra out. Along with Peter Gammons, Matt Williams of the Giants joining us, as Chris Berman just mentioned a moment ago, on a record pace with 33 home runs at the All-Star break. I don't want to take anything away from what you've done, but we've heard about the juice ball theory, Matt, and we've heard about expansion thinning out pitching. What's your theory on this? Is the ball any more juiced? Are you swinging the bat better?
I don't know. We talked about it today in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
As Dave Justice, Barry, Fred McGriff, all
that's a good group of hitters there.
Well, some guys that can juice the ball themselves a little bit. They don't think it is.
Okay.
I don't think it is. Balls aren't traveling further than they normally do off of our bats anyway. So in my opinion, the ball isn't juiced. Why are we hitting all these home runs? Who knows?
Have you made any adjustment in your swing in particular?
No, it's just a matter of getting good pitches to hit out of the ballpark and not missing them. I think that's the only case.
Have you started to hear the drum roll about going after Maris's record?
I heard it a lot today. And my opinion is, my answer, I guess, is 61 home runs is a real special year for somebody. And it's a long way from 33. So if somebody's going to do that in the second half, they're going to have some kind of special year going.
Well, back in '61, when Maris was going for it, he started pulling out his hair. I guess you don't have to worry about that.
I don't have to worry about it. Somebody asked me about that today.
Oh,
I don't have to worry about it. So I've got that going for me.
Real nice, Peter. You invite him on the set, and we'll call Cy Sperling in the break.
But isn't there a little bit of pressure when you can make a great play in the field, get a big base hit, but when you start to get on this home run thing, if you don't hit a home run, people say Matt Williams did not hit a home run today?
Well, in my opinion, a solo home run is just as important and no more important than an RBI single. That's my approach.
Hair Club for Men is on the phone. Let me ask you about the team. It's been a disappointing start. We know Robbie Thompson has not been healthy, and there have been other injuries. But is Will Clark not being there? Is that the biggest drawback with this year's team?
Well, anytime you lose a Will Clark caliber player, it's going to hurt. But it certainly doesn't help to have Robbie Thompson gone for the year now, Kevin Rogers gone for the year, Willie McGee gone for the year, Mark Portugal on the DL for a time, Bill Swift's on the DL, Mike Jackson's on the DL. That's a pretty good nucleus of players that have been on the DL at one point or still are, and it's real tough to win when that happens.
Well, last year, right about this time, the Braves got Fred McGriff, and it gave them that spark to start a comeback.
Right.
Could Darryl Strawberry do the same thing for you?
He can, sure. And he gave us a boost this last weekend against the Phillies. We ended up sweeping them at home. It was a good way to end the first half. If Darryl can get back to, and it may take him a while, a little adjustment period because he hasn't played in so long. If he can get back to swinging the bat like he can, it could be a lot of fun.
Matt Williams, 33 homers at the break and a two-time Gold Glove Award winner. Good luck the second half. We hope to be talking to you again.
Right.
Let's now go to one of the American League stars who'll be participating in tomorrow night's game, and his team on top in the American League Central Division as Jim Cott is standing by on the floor here of Heinz Hall. Jim?
Thanks a lot, Chris. We've talked about all the power numbers and all the sluggers and the home run hitting contest that was today, but one of the most valuable players in the American League and for his ball club, Kenny Lofton, I think he can do more with his legs and his glove and the bat than any player in that lineup. And this has got to be, first of all, exciting for you because when we talk about two-sport athletes, you're an athlete who played a lot of basketball, but you're still a relative newcomer as a baseball player.
Yeah, I think I am. I think the biggest thing for me is to play every day, and that's what I've been doing for the last 3 or 4 years, and that has helped me a lot. You know, also to take basketball out of my mind, and that's done that, and now I'm starting to learn how to be consistent.
You have a good team in Cleveland, and people say, well, just having a new ballpark can't make that much difference. But tell me the feeling of going to a place that you look forward to going to.
It feels good because, you know, you go to the ballpark early now, and at the old stadium, you want to wait till the last minute to get to the ballpark. And you get the great feeling because you feel good about going to the park every day, and you feel like you go out there for a reason.
What is the feeling right now, the Indians having that great first half? Going into spring training, you're a little maybe concerned about your pitching, and the bullpen's still a little thin, but there has to be a feeling on that ball club now that they've never experienced in many, many years in Cleveland.
I think it's a good thing because the ball players, you know, as myself, we're starting to mature a little bit, and we got some guys, some veteran guys that's helping out around the clubhouse. So we got some guys that's teaching us the ropes about how being consistent and how to mature as a person while you're playing. So it's helped us out a lot.
That's Eddie Murray and Jack Morrison. Has Eddie Murray, with all the great years that he has, had an influence on you from a hitting standpoint, your approach to hitting or playing the game?
Well, I think with Eddie, you know, they always say Eddie is one of the clutch hitters, and I kind of watch him when he's hitting in the clutch, and basically he looks for a certain pitch, and he goes out and get it, and when he sees it, he makes the other team pay. And like I said, we got the three M&Ms over there, Martinez, Murray, and Morris over there, so those guys have helped us out a whole lot.
Kenny, thanks for visiting with us. Have a good time tomorrow in the All-Star game.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, Chris Myers.
All right, thank you very much, Jim. And Kenny last year winning a Gold Glove, the first Indian outfielder to be a Gold Glove winner since Rick Manning back in 1976. We'll continue to talk to the stars as they prepare for the game. We showed you the National League stars that were voted in. Here's a look at the reserves as we take a break at Jeff Bagwell, threatening for a triple crown, possibly in the National League, yet he would not lead any of the American League categories in home runs or runs batted in. Will Cordero replacing Barry Larkin, one of the Reds who made the squad but is unable to play because of injury. Ken Caminetti, his first All-Star appearance. Tony Gwynn, National League batting average leader at .383. Dante Bichette, second in the National League in runs batted in. And on the pitching list, we told you that Greg Maddux would be the starter. We hope to be talking with Ken Hill later in the program, the 13-game winner, leading the National League at the break. And in the bullpen, Doug Jones, Randy Myers, Rod Beck, replacing Rio, who is here but is not healthy enough to pitch. We'll continue the All-Star party before the game from Pittsburgh, live with Peter Dammons, Jim Cott, Chris Myers, and you. Don't go away.
Spicy, crispy, curly, thrilling. McCain Super Spirals. We love what you've done to our fries. You've spiced them up, curled them up, and turned them all around.
McCain has taken its famous super fries, dipped them in light-tasting batter, and surrounded them with bite after bite of spicy, crispy satisfaction.
You've spiced them up, curled them up, and turned them all around. McCain Super Spirals. Whoa! We love what you've done to our fries.
At Mr. Sub, fresh thinking is what we are.
As your engine revs higher, the oil inside creates a hydrodynamic wedge, a protective layer that builds up and keeps engine parts separated. But as your oil's viscosity breaks down, so can the wedge. That's why Castrol GTX provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. Because if your viscosity breaks down, what's next? Castrol GTX, engineered for today's harder working engines. Look for Castrol's free oil filter offer at these and other leading outlets.
We're glad that you're with us on All-Star Monday. Don't forget, after the All-Star Party Gala that takes you till 9 Eastern, the Home Run Derby. Chris Berman, Buck Martinez, and Joe Morgan call Griffey, Bell, Thomas, Bagwell, and Piazza their shots. Then the heroes of baseball, the All-Star game for the Upper Deck heroes, Reggie Jackson and Al Robowski. Entertain the crowd. Keith and Dan with Sports Center, the latest from the World Cup and more from All-Star Central here. And then baseball tonight, the roundtable discussion as Reggie Jackson joins Peter Gammons and myself and discusses how the player-owner relationship has become even more strained. When we continue here live from Pittsburgh, the plays of the first half. We have a special guest host that will entertain you. You'll see plays like this one from Otis Nixon. So hang on, hang around. We'll be right back.
Man, get portable. Get a Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. A color portable Game Gear carrying case and 2 hit games, Sonic 2 and World Series Baseball. Wow, you could save $70. The Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. You know who makes it.
Coffee? Tea?
Dig up!
This is Billy. Oh, and Prince. This is Billy and Kellogg's Crispix. Kids like their friends. Kids also like Crispix. With less than a teaspoon of sugar per serving and no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives, parents like Crispix too. Of all the things your kids like, aren't you glad Crispix is one of them? Crispix from Kellogg's. Fun for kids, fine by moms.
Play $1 Million Baseball Magic at A&P, Dominion, Miracle Food Mart, and Ultramart. You could win $1 million if any Blue Jay hits for the cycle. Or win AST's Advantage Adventure multimedia personal computer, a GE Spacemaker 2 microwave, the Cafe Italia and Bacon Broil Toaster Oven from DeLonghi, or a $250 Converse gift certificate for use at Athletes World. You could also win a trip for 2 to Orlando, Florida, courtesy of Canadian Holidays, Canada's largest vacation company. $1 Million Baseball Magic, exclusively at these fine stores.
And welcome back to the city of Pittsburgh. The Pirates were the first team to finish last and still draw 1 million fans. That was back in the 40s. Everything's sold out here. The All-Star workout today, the All-Star game tomorrow night as we come to you live from Heinz Hall, just down the street from the stadium. And Jim Cott is roaming the floor and has Mike Messina of the Orioles as his guest. Jim.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris. Yes, Mike Messina and the Orioles breathing down the necks of the Yankees. Great first half. Congratulations on being a member of the All-Star team, kind of like last year in Baltimore and coming here, your hometown, right in between. Got to have a lot of family and friends here.
Well, I brought a few family and friends in, but actually Baltimore's closer to home than here, so last year's was worse for me getting people to come in and getting them a place to stay and getting them in the game.
You had a great first half, and one of the things when I watch Mike Messina pitch that I see missing maybe in a lot of pitchers today is the creativity. You seem to be a guy on the mound that can make the ball do different things, that can decide what you have going for you that day and pitch accordingly.
Well, I think it's important that every day you go out there in the first inning or so that you understand what you have and what you're working with. And some days you really don't have too much, but you're still called upon to go the 6th or 7th inning. So it takes some ingenuity and some inventiveness, I guess, to come up with stuff that's going to be able to get these guys out. And some days it works and some days it doesn't, but you just hope that if you make something up that day that it's going to be useful.
And the Orioles catch the ball as well as any team in the field, and you just made a comment to your teammate way in the background, always keeping a low profile, Cal Ripken. But it must be rewarding for a pitcher to know you have a guy out there. Not a lot of flash and dash, but boy, he can play hitters and make the plays.
Well, I know that as long as I'm playing in Baltimore, I'm hoping he's playing shortstop behind me because he knows where to be. He's solid. He's smooth. He's Baltimore baseball basically, and everybody just seems to feed off that, and everybody playing defense around him and behind him, and they feel like, well, if I don't play as well as Cal's playing, then I'm letting this team down, and it rubs off on everybody. It's like contagious hitting. We have contagious defense, and that's the way things have been working. And then I know if I throw the ball over the plate and they hit it at one of my guys or even close to him, that they're going to catch it.
Mike, thanks for the visit. Have a good time tomorrow. Mike Messina, starting pitcher of the Baltimore Orioles. And right now, if you voted for most valuable player in the National League, it'd probably be Jeff Bagwell, right? Peter Gammons is on stage to visit with him.
That's right, Jim, and Jeff Bagwell is here, and you're one of the guys Peter said when he was out there today around the batting cage in the locker room that you were like a kid at this thing, just taking it all in. You'd love to be here no matter what.
Yeah, this is great. All the great players that are here, the best of baseball is here, and to be a part of that is very special.
Are you a little nervous about it?
Yeah, not too bad, though, because I'm with, the guys in the National League who I see all the time, so I'm okay. But if they stuck me in the American League locker room, I might get a little nervous about that.
Are you starting to come to grips with the numbers you're putting up?
Yeah, I mean, first half numbers, they're great. And I understand that, and I look at them, and, 82 RBIs, I had 88 all last year, and 27 home runs, that's a lot. But again, after breaking my hand last year, it almost seems like, it could end at any point, so I try not to think about it too much.
What I found really interesting about your career is to watch the adjustments you've made as a hitter. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, when I first came up, I was the kind of guy that hit the ball to right field all the time and didn't pull the ball much. Didn't really know how to. Worked hard on it. I worked with my hitting coach, Rudy Jaramillo, and things like that. Learned to pull the ball, and I learned that, I can hurt teams more by pulling the ball than I can by hitting base hits to right field. Now I got to the point where I think I understand counts a little bit better. I understand how pitchers are trying to pitch me. I know what to look for in certain situations, and I'm able to drive the ball and hit home runs.
Let me ask you, Jeff, you had one of those moments earlier this season, a 3-homer game. You recall, in fact, you had two, I think it was in one inning, right? In the sixth inning, the pitching you a certain way, you're just in a groove on a night like that?
And those kind of nights, you're just in a groove. It's one of them things. I got in a situation, I hit my first home run off Martinez, which first pitch curveball, I believe, and then the second one was off Rudy Cianez, was a fastball. I thought it was just a double. And it got out of the park, creeped over the fence, and the third time up looking for it, Brian Barnes told me a lot of changeups, 2-1 pitch. I figured here comes the changeup to me, changeup hit it out of the park. Just one of them nights.
You're hitting for average, your power, and driving in the runs. I know that I've seen today people relate your performance to Griffey and Thomas so far, and you shied away from that. You didn't want to be put in that.
You saw the home run hitting contest. You would shy away from it. I mean, the way those guys were hitting the baseball, those guys are hitting balls in the upper deck, and you just don't do that. That's just not normal stuff. And the ball Frank hit to left center. I don't even know if people know how far that ball really was hit.
Now, the Astros are not known for getting a lot of publicity. Matter of fact, I was kidding you about only one Astro can be interviewed at a time. But is there a sense of pride about this club to have 5 guys here and that finally starting to get some recognition as a team?
That's a nice thing. It's the first year in my 4 years here that we've actually had a chance to win something. We're 2 games behind the Reds right now. 5 guys on the All-Star team. Recognition that, hey, there are some guys out there in Houston that do play baseball, and got some quality guys, too. It'd be kind of neat. I don't know if it's going to happen, but have 3 guys in the same infield out there, maybe Doug even out there, one inning tomorrow night. So I'm excited. Every guy on our team really deserves to be here, too.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Good luck the second half. You got the Reds to flag down in the new Central from Boston, Massachusetts. Traded for Larry Anderson. They'll never let the Red Sox forget about that deal. Thanks, Jeff Bagwell. Peter Gammons and I will continue with Jim Cott roaming the floor. And as we take a break, coming up, we'll have a look at the plays of the year in the first half of this season. Ricky Henderson was part of those, and Meatloaf, who's singing the national anthem, will be our host. This you won't want to miss. Nice seeing you, Jeff.
Instead of slamming your foot down on the brake pedal, squeeze and release the brake using just the force necessary. It will increase the life of your car's braking system and save you money down the road.
Trust your brakes to Midas.
Hey, you want to know how to protect something? You wrap it up. You want to protect it? You wrap it up. So, you want to protect it? Wrap it up.
Imagine a recreational trail shared by all Canadians, winding its way through every province and territory. The Trans-Canada Trail, to be the world's longest trail. You can make this happen. Each donation you give makes a meter of trail. And in recognition, your name or the names of your family and friends will be permanently imprinted on trail markers. Join the thousands of Canadians and the companies who care. Share the vision. Be part of the Trans-Canada Trail. Call now and put your name on it.
Oh! He'll give you a workout. Whoa!
Look at the colors here.
I do believe it! Man!
I'm not even going to move. I'm spinning around in my inner tube, Henry.
It popped like stink.
Whoa!
That jump up. Big monster fish. Oh, look at the belly. Yeah, that's...
He come at you out of 2 feet of water.
Look at the size of this. Man! Watch him bark all the way in.
Henry and Italo go to great depths for the trophies each week on Canadian Sport Fishing.
Plays of the first half is brought to you by Pizza Hut, where America is falling in love with pizza.
And they're just warming up the meat here. Speaking of which, Meatloaf, the musician, singer, entertainer, participated in the home run hitting contest, the celebrity home run hitting contest today. We'll detail how he did a little bit later in the program. People who came up to him, they weren't sure what to say. Some said, "Hi, Mr. Loaf." Others said, "Meat, how are you?" He said, "Medium rare." But he does have some interest in baseball. He's involved in some 6 or 7 rotisserie leagues, big Yankee fan, friend of Don Mattingly. And he did sing about baseball once, saying something about a bat out of hell. Here he is.
Fly ball fairly deep to center. Back goes the center fielder, Butler. Over the wall, a 3-run home run by... No, he caught it! I don't believe it! Huntley jumped straight up in the air. Chad Curtis racing back, leaps, and makes the catch!
Hi, I'm Meatloaf, and right now you're probably asking yourself, hey, how come they asked him to host ESPN's baseball plays of the first half? It's because I look a lot like this guy. It is because they've asked me to sing the national anthem at the All-Star game, and we all know the game can't start till I finish singing. Is there a fat joke in there or something?
Smashed to the hole, and here's a throw, and it will be... Cavaletti, line drive to Portugal. He'll turn it into a double play. Wow. Nixon at the wall, leaps and made a great catch.
Bill, oh, Dr. Man, you can hang a star on that, baby.
I told you couldn't start yet, okay? No arguments. Okay, all right. I'll play the game your way. Let's check out these great plays.
Chopper, Cammy. Look at the buggy whip, and he got it. Chamberlain looks up, and this will be caught. Unbelievable.
Drives it in the air to left center field. Eric Davis on the run, leaps and makes a marvelous catch.
Lee slaps it. Could be 2. There's one from Guillen to Core. There's the replay. It is a double play.
Woof.
To right field, Ward moving to his right. Oh, tremendous leaping catch.
Up to center. Curtis coming on is going to have to play it on a hop. He does have a good arm. The throw to the plate, and he's out. Chad Curtis put on a defensive clinic.
Hot shot. Howard's got it. The throw in time. Wow.
What? Are you nuts?
Fly ball left field. Alex Cole coming in. Meter's going out. Cole has it. Erickson has his no-hitter.
right, for those of you who like offense, how about these bats out of hell?
Here's one. It goes deep to left. Back. A new record in the National League for Matt Williams.
Whoa! He decided to challenge him, and that was not a good idea. That sets the all-time record, 31 home runs in the month of June.
Yeah, you got it. They call me Meatloaf, but these guys are just meat. Woof.
Watch out. Look at that wind take this ball. Watch out. It is going to not be caught by anybody.
Who taught you guys? Nice hands. All right, now then, to end this piece, what they've done here at ESPN is they've asked me to go to the plate and take a few swings against that left-handed fastball pitcher, Randy Johnson, who pitches for the Seattle Mariners. I'll do anything for baseball, but I'm not going to do that. You understand me? Boys, not facing Randy Johnson. No way. Get out of here. That's it. You're gone. We're gone. This piece is over. Not facing Randy Johnson. The end.
Although Randy is here again, he'll be singing Meatloaf, the national anthem. You saw him in the gym. I can't believe he's in a gym this morning. I know you're there every morning, but you thought it was John Kruk.
I did, yes. Well, with us, Kenny Hill, Montreal Expos, winningest pitcher in the National League right now. Ken, talk a little bit about your career. Every year, with the exception of last year when you had the injury, you've moved forward and seem to have gotten better and better. Why?
I think it's just a learning process and maturing as a pitcher, knowing what you're capable of doing and knowing what you have to do to get hitters out.
Now, is it a little bit easier now pitching with the maturity on defense that the Expos now have?
Well, you know, you've got a lot of young guys, but they're maturing, and it makes it a lot easier knowing that they get the experience now and they're getting better. And we're just growing as a team right now, and it shows. Everybody's doing what they're capable of doing, and we're winning a lot of ball games.
Yeah, now, obviously you have confidence, Ken, in spring training, but did you really think you'd have the best record in baseball at the break?
Well, we usually, like past spring, we didn't get off to a good start, but, you know, spring training is spring training, you know. Usually last week or so you want to get things going and try to get it into a situation where you get some momentum going into the season.
With this particular team, excuse me, Peter, the fact that the Braves are the team that you're going to have to deal with most of the season, do you eye them, watch what they're doing either personnel-wise in the standings on a daily basis?
Well, we pretty much keep an eye on it. You know, we're a young club, and, you know, we want to keep an eye on things so we know where we stand. And, you know, we're taking it one game at a time and staying focused on the things we have to do.
Are you surprised by the quality of the pitching on the Expo staff, up and down 1 to 10?
I am, but I'm not. You know, we got capable guys who can do the job and give us quality innings. And I think for us to win the division, I think we're going to have to get the quality inning from not only myself, but all 4 of our Ella starters.
All right, from Lynn, Massachusetts, Ken Hill. Earlier we had Jeff Bagwell from Connecticut, so we're covering the Northeast. Career high 16 wins already with 13. Good luck the rest of the way. Ken Hill of the Expos. With Peter Gammons, Jim Cott and I continue on All-Star Monday here on ESPN. We'll have a look at one of the heroes in the city of Pittsburgh, one of the true heroes. He may be gone, but he's not forgotten. Roberto Clemente lives on. We'll show you why. You stay tuned. Don't go away.
Winning depends on how far you dare to go. Victory requires talent and skill and the determination to push to the limit. Living on the Edge is brought to you by Edge Shaving Gel, because to win, you need the edge. Tahiti's Bora Bora Islands. World-class athletes harness the shattering power of the Pacific Ocean. Traveling at speeds up to 30 kilometers an hour, surfers ride the edge of mighty 10-foot waves. Razor-sharp coral reefs threaten from below. A runaway board can be deadly from above. Surfers must find a perfect balance as they master the rush of thunderous water and become one with the awesome might of nature. Living on the Edge has been brought to you by Edge Shaving Gel. Ultimate closeness, ultimate comfort. That's the Edge.
Auto glass replacement is a game for pros. The windshield in your car is part of the body structure. It must be fixed properly. Don't take a chance. Take it to the pros at Speedy Auto Glass.
At Speedy we care.
It's a hit. TSN Sports Radio. Featuring hourly updates and Dave Hodge commentary. TSN Sports Radio. Punch it up across Canada.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh, site of the 65th All-Star Game. Happy to have you along with us on our ESPN Baseball Gala here on Monday night. And I'm visiting with Dusty Baker, manager of the Giants. Kind of three-day break you'd like to forget about what happened the first half, but you have been devastated by some injuries. And you mentioned to me one of the key ones really is a left-hand pitcher we don't hear a lot about.
Well, it's Kevin Rogers, and, you know, Kevin's a quality left-hander. He's young. He can go 3 innings, 1 inning, a third of an inning, 3 or 4 days in a row if necessary. And, you start losing some key guys, especially like we lost Mike Jackson and Kevin Rogers in our left, right, in the bullpen. At the same time, some of the guys in the bullpen have picked it up. Steve Fry's throwing well lately. Pat Gomez is throwing well since he's been here. But, you lose Robbie Thompson and you lose a Willie McGee part of your offense, and then you sort of try to put the pieces back together, try to get that continuity. But the last 4 days we played excellent. We got good pitching, good defense, and I think Darryl Strawberry is going to help us a lot too. And especially batting behind Matt Williams, going to get Matt better pitches and Barry Bonds better pitches to hit.
You saw him for a lot of years. Can you see the skills beginning to come back from Darryl Strawberry? Where would you rank him at a 1 to 10 when he was a great player and was a 10?
Right now, I'd probably rate him about a 7, just simply because he hadn't played, much this year. In batting practice, he's hitting the ball 500 feet. He's at 7-8 in the upper deck. His timing's off a little bit right now on the off-speed pitches, but as soon as his timing comes back, I don't think it'll be very long before he's back to being a 9 or a 10, or maybe even better, because I don't think he knows, how good he can really be.
The good news is with the first half is that with realignment, you got a shot.
Yeah, thank God for realignment this year, but we got a definite shot. If we can come right up and pick up a couple games as soon as the second half starts, hopefully in that first week, and get right back into the hunt, then, we're not worried about time being against us. Everybody's talking about the impending strike or supposed strike, but the main thing we have to do is try to get back in it in a hurry and not worry about time.
All right, Dusty, thanks for the visit. Don't go away. We'll be back.
Spicy, crispy, curly, thrilling. McCain Super Spirals. We love what you've done to our fries. You've spiced them up, curled them up, and turned them all around.
McCain has taken its famous super fries, dipped them in light-tasting batter, and surrounded them with bite after bite of spicy, crispy satisfaction.
You've spiced them up, curled them up, and turned them all around. McCain Super Spirals. Whoa! We love what you've done to our fries.
Mondo by Mizuno. The shoe created for the world's toughest running track. The world.
Mizuno Mondolino, available only at Foot Locker.
We're subjecting these men to a blind comparison of their cotton pants.
Ooh, very soft.
Thanks. Man A is in Dockers.
Nice pleats. Smooth seams.
And man B is in our Canadian-made Denver Hayes cotton pants.
Great fit. Flap pocket.
Can she tell the difference? $39.95 Denver Hayes cotton pants. In reality, the difference is the price.
I thought he had more money in his pocket.
Denver Hayes, only at Mark's Work Warehouse.
The big games keep coming your way.
reasons to play it for real. The Jays in July on TSN.
ESPN bringing you All-Star Monday, Heinz Hall. That's where Peter and I are. We're live just down the street from Three River Stadium, where tomorrow night Frank Thomas, the American League, going to try and make it 7 in a row over the National League. And Frank, the home run hitting contest today. Don't give it away because, again, that follows this show in about a half hour. But you and Griff, you told me you were going for the upper deck.
Oh, yeah. I went out today to have fun. At first, I was trying to finesse the ball in BP. I said, forget that. We're going to go for brute strength here and try to get some balls in the upper deck. And it ended up that we had a few up there.
It just seems in that room today as if there was a lot of camaraderie, so a little bit of a Showtime atmosphere, but it just seems as if you guys in the American League really have a star rapport now.
There's a lot of guys in there are really pulling for each other. That's something unusual, and we're having fun. We care about winning as a league and showing that we have some great players in the American League.
You said in the Sunday night conversation with Dan Patrick, a very interesting comment. I read your comments about the All-Star, the MVP, that you really haven't given that up yet at the halfway point of this year. Taking that into consideration with your performance, home runs, runs scored, runs batted, a strike hanging over our head. It's obviously not affecting your hitting, but isn't that something that worries you? Should the season be disrupted for weeks to throw off the...
Not really. I just realized that you just can't take things for granted for this season because, I mean, the strike looks like it's really going to happen. We're prepared if it happens, but if not, we're hoping it's not going to happen, but the way it looks right now, I think we're going to really have a strike this year. But, you know, like I was telling people earlier today, no one or two players is bigger than this game. And this game's been here forever and it's going to continue to be here. So, you know, we got to do what's right for the younger players.
Can you appreciate some of the numbers that you put up? I mean, the 700 slugging percentage, 500 on-base percentage, which has only been done by Ruth and Williams. The run at Roger Maris's record. I mean, all the runs, the walks. Do you appreciate what you're doing?
You know, Peter, I'm not a guy that sits back and, like, realize really what's going on. I go about my job day in and day out, and I'm a type player that likes to grind it out and take it one day at a time. I'm not really going to sit back and worry about, you know, where my part of history is standing at this point because, like I said, I'm still a relatively young player, and I'm just going to take things one day at a time and enjoy my career.
In that conversation, you mentioned your admiration for Albert Bell. Talk a little bit about what it takes every day to come to the ballpark and be as consistent as you and Albert have been this year.
It takes a lot. It's a mental process that, you know, it's not something you can have three good games a week. You got to go in 6-7 days with the attitude of that you don't get things taken care of.
You guys...
you got Mr. Bonds here now.
Separate locker rooms. Barry, you want to join us? We have a seat over here. We'll pull up a chair. Relax.
Like I said,
see you, Barry.
With Albert,
there's a microphone right there. Just flip it
lost sometimes with the media hype because this guy is very explosive and he gets the job done day in and day out.
And, of course, the White Sox having to deal with the Cleveland Indians in the AL Central. And we welcome Barry Bonds. Good to see you. And we appreciate you dressing up. It's a nice outfit. Now, you're going to have to chase the Dodgers in the West. It roles reversed last year. At the break, Barry, what's the thinking? Did you guys maybe get together and say, hey, we got to turn things around if there is a second half?
Well, yeah, there's no doubt we're going to have to turn things around. But the thing, we got hit with plagues. We got hit with injuries. Robbie Thompson went down. Rodney Beck broke his foot. Mike Jackson's arm's been ailing. We lost Kevin Rogers with the blood clot in his arm. You know, we've just been hit by everything you can possibly hit. The Dodgers have been healthy and they've been playing well. So I think when we lost Will Clark, too, it kind of like put things down. And now that we got Darryl Strawberry, we have that 3, 4, and 5 combination that you can't pitch around.
So despite the first half being a little bit rough on the Giants, you're here to have a good time with the AL All-Stars. And are you a little aggravated that they won 6 in a row? I mean, is pride a factor here at even the home run contest?
Oh, I'm not aggravated. I mean, they have a good squad. They're a very talented team. And when you get guys on that side that can hit so many home runs and be so strong, you know, heck, we're a hit-and-run team. They want to have us a hit-and-run contest, but I think we'll beat them every time.
A hit-and-run contest?
The only thing that I don't like is Wade Boggs came in here saying that they're supposed to dominate. Well, we'll have to see tomorrow. Now, I think they fired us up. Like the Big Hurt said. Don't trash talk us, all right? Because we might come back to haunt you.
That's right. You said that last night.
That's right. Peter?
Barry, you've been through a lot in the first half. You had the shoulder, the elbow. Are you getting close to being fully healthy?
I won't be fully healthy all year, Peter. I have to have surgery on my elbow. I'm staying in there because I love the game. I think that, you know, Willie Mays and I have been talking about it a lot, and if I walked away from it and had surgery, I think somewhere down in my life I might have said, should I or could I or something, or I might have been able to contribute for my teammates in the city and what this game has given me. And, you know, as a player, you have to do whatever it takes. And I'm a gamer, and I love the game more than anything that anyone can imagine, and it's important for me to stay.
Three-time MVP award winner.
Well, I was just going to say, can we get a little rivalry going here? Who can roll up the most MVP trophies over his career? Can we get some controversy?
No, Barry told me today, after I win 3, then I can come over and talk to you.
Yeah, he was on his way to 4. Frank, here's your big chance. All right, we're going to let you play reporter for a moment. If you wanted to ask Barry a question on national television, what would it be?
You know, I think a lot has been made this year about Barry having a bad year. You guys realize everyone was talking about his year last year? I mean, he had 24 home runs at the break. He's been beat up and injured all year long. This guy's sitting with 23 home runs right now. That shows a model of consistency. He's always been that type of player. I just got a lot of respect for that, and he knows I have a lot of respect for him.
How about you? You want to ask him anything, or just tell him to go easy on you tomorrow night?
No, the one thing that I always wanted to ask Frank Thomas was, where does he get that eye and power and base running skills? I mean, for a big guy, you wouldn't think of it. You would think that there's something that's got to be lacking in this man's game, but there's nothing. He hits for power, he hits for average, and he runs the bases exceptionally well, and he's an outstanding defensive first baseman. And if I had any big other guy that said I couldn't do it, I'd say, look at the Big Hurt. If he could do it, anybody can do it.
Wow, you're not so bad yourself, Barry, in that same area. Gold Glove winner as well. Frank Thomas, Barry Bonds, have fun tomorrow night. Good luck the second half of the season. We'll continue here in a moment. We're live from Heinz Hall. You heard Frank talk about the home run hitting contest that he and Ken Griffey, he said they were swinging for the upper deck. This is just a little tease of what you'll see in about 20 minutes from now. Chris Berman calling the home run hitting contest. The National League All-Stars taking on Frank Thomas and Ken Griffey and the American League All-Stars. Griff with 33 homers at the break. Big Frank, or the Big Hurt, I'm sorry, that's what he likes to be called, with 32. We'll be back in a moment. Don't go away.
This sports break is brought to you by Sega Sports.
Hi, folks. Pleasure to welcome you to our control center. I'm Michael Landsberg. Sports Test comes up. Make note of the time, 11:30 Eastern time. Hope you could join us for that. Right now, let's take you on a tour. It's the Tour de France, stage number 9, and a familiar name all of a sudden shooting to the front. This is an individual time trial. First of all, Tony Rominger of Switzerland, knowing that he has to get up to a fast start in the individual time trial with 2 of the big guns riding later. Rominger in solid position here. He is in first place at that particular time of the overall standings. Then France's Armand de la Cuevas took to the course. He put in a good ride. He ended up second behind Rominger, at least at that part, at that time. That's exactly where he was. Then the 3-time defending champion from Spain, Miguel Indurain, got up to a fast start. Indurain, the winner of 7 of the last 9 Tour time trials, just destroyed the field, winning the 9th stage in 1 hour, 58 seconds. And with that, he slips on the yellow jersey. Miguel Indurain was the winner of this individual time trial, and he is now, in fact, the overall leader, and many figure he will continue to lead the rest of the way. Rominger is second, de la Cuevas third, Bartolami 4th, and Marie is in 5th spot. Once again, as I said, Sports Test comes your way at 11:30 Eastern time. We'll have baseball highlights for you of the home run contest and lots more. Hope you can join us for that. Right now, a break, then back to Three Rivers Stadium.
Hey, man, get portable. Get a Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. A color portable Game Gear carrying case and 2 hit games. Sonic 2 and World Series Baseball. Wow! You could save $70. The Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. You know who makes it.
Coffee? Tea?
Dig up! Welcome back as we're live in Pittsburgh, coming to you from Heinz Hall, just down the street from Three Rivers Stadium. He was a breakthrough player, the Jackie Robinson for Latin players. On Friday, outside the stadium, a statue of Roberto Clemente was unveiled, a true hero in Pittsburgh. He played a game, but he truly was a hero. Here's Mark Malone.
The great one, El Magnifico, perhaps the greatest right fielder to ever play the game. So revered was Roberto Clemente, he intimidated even those who played alongside him.
I'm going to meet him. I'm going to be a teammate. How's he going to accept me? You know, am I going to be good enough? One of the things he said to me, he said, you know, we have a good ball club, but we're going to be better because of you. Man, I mean, you have no idea what an impact that was.
Tragically, Clemente's life and his impact on others was cut short in December of 1972.
He was a man that, you know, he could have been at home on New Year's Eve to get on an airplane, to take money and needed goods for the earthquake victims over in Nicaragua. It says an awful lot. And very few people come through the pike like that, and when they do, they're remembered many, many times over.
People say the good die young. They do, but there are some that live forever. And Dad, you're one of them.
It's tough for me because I've always missed him since day one.
Well, I think that statue will be a trigger. I look at that pose, and it triggers a whole montage, a whole collection of images. One of which was him standing on second base with that very essence of dignity after the 3,000th hit, with his hand on his hip, tipping his cap to the crowd, and that's a frozen moment.
When his career began, his brash and unyielding persona and the swagger with which he played the game was difficult for many to accept, just 8 years after the color barrier was broken.
I often think that he was the Jackie Robinson of the Latin American player. He was black, Latin, and could not speak the language. So he had some problems at first, and he was very much misunderstood.
You know, back then, I think it was more racism than anything else. They couldn't believe that a guy from Puerto Rico maybe could play as well as he did.
Excelling despite these obstacles inspired a whole new generation of Latins to follow his legacy, including 2 current players who grew up in Clemente's shadow.
You know, I'm who I am right now because the inspiration I got from him. I never knew I was going to play right field. I never knew really I was going to make it, but I always wanted to play baseball with the Pirates.
When you start playing baseball, I want to be like Clemente when you're little, so he was an unbelievable human being, and he just tried to help everybody.
You know, I wish I can do that for a kid, that he looked forward to me and try to accomplish his dream.
The chance to be a part of a statue for Clemente sent Pittsburgh companies into high gear. Money was raised with commemorative beer cans, bread, signs, billboards. Everywhere you looked, it was Clemente mania. Even kids who never saw him play were caught up in the celebration. Ironically, it's taken 21 years for the Pirates to honor the man who so proudly wore that very same number. The statue was paid for primarily through private donations, many in the form of checks for $21.21. Those same people gathered by the thousands to embrace not only a great ball player, but a man who ultimately gave his life trying to help others.
I think there are 2 types of people. There are givers and takers. Brother was a giver. He gave of himself.
He just really loved life and loved the people. He loved people. And the way he died opened some eyes and really let people know the person that he was. And I think that that story will be carrying on for a long time.
And legend in Pittsburgh has it that Clemente, after the 71 season, wrote John Galbraith, the owner, and said, I always want to be a Pirate. Let me know when my skills diminish. I just won't play anymore. Don't trade me. I want to finish my career as a Pirate. Eventually he did. Jim Cott, you were a 3-time All-Star. You actually faced him, I believe it was in 1966. Why was he such a special player?
That was a thrill, too, when you get guys like Clemente and Aaron. But I think you saw a lot about Roberto Clemente, the man, in that feature that we just ran. But I had a chance to see him as a player from a distance, and the flash and the flair with which he played. Great arm, I mean, with all facets of the game. And there are a lot of talented players like that today, but Clemente stood out so much, I think, because of his intensity, his strong arm, his unique style of play.
Well, Jim, I think another thing is that If you look at baseball, I don't think there's another facet of American life which more reflects the culture. And what we've seen, baseball has always been the cultural stamp for different groups, English and Irish, and then the Italians and Middle Europeans, that the African Americans, and now the Hispanics. But I still, as we've seen, it took 21 years for Clemente to get recognized. I still don't think the Hispanics have been recognized in baseball for their contributions and their greatness. And I hope we even see ballparks like Yankee Stadium where they make conscious efforts not to have Hispanic fans in the ballpark. I think that has to change because they're so much a part of our culture, and Roberto Clemente will remain one of our great heroes.
Wow, okay. And Carlos Garcia, the lone Pirate to make the All-Star team this year. Dave Winfield, by the way, named this year's recipient of the Roberto Clemente Award. Barry Larkin won it last year for his accomplishments both on and off the field. As we continue here from Pittsburgh with Jim Cott, Peter Gammons, I hope you'll stay tuned. We'll talk to more of the players. Get you ready for tomorrow night's All-Star game at Three Rivers Stadium. Don't go away. Don't turn your back on us.
Introducing the last people you thought would ever use cellular. Introducing Amigo people. What's Amigo? It's from Cantel, and there's never been anything like it. It's cellular that's affordable. This is Amigo Safety. Just $19.95 a month gets you everything you need. It goes in your car so you're always in touch. It helps you feel safe and be secure. Amigo Safety is there when you need it. And isn't that the perfect reason for having it? This is Amigo Personal. Only $29.95 a month, and it gets you everything you need, including free calling every weekend. Amigo Personal goes anywhere. So when you're here, you're talking to Liz. When you're there, you're on to Frank. Here, there, just about everywhere, you're talking affordable. You pick the Amigo that's right for you. Where? Off the shelf where you shop every day. Amigo Safety, Amigo Personal from Cantel, starting as low as $19.95. At last, affordable cellular you'll find everywhere. Amigo.
It was good. No, he was kidding. It was good. And welcome back. Peter Gammons, Chris Myers, and Will Clark joining us. 6th time to the All-Star game. First in the American League with the Texas Rangers. Next year, the All-Star game will be at the ballpark in Arlington. Let's talk about the criticism the Rangers have been taking that they have struggled in the American League West, although they are the division leaders. You don't care, right, as long as you get in the postseason.
Yeah, that's about it right there, Chris. You know, I mean, well, what ends up happening right now is we're a little bit below 500, and that's been a big topic of discussion, as you well know. But it really doesn't matter, because what matters is who finishes first at the end of the season in our division. And right now, we're in first place. We haven't been playing exceptionally, shall we say, consistent. But we're getting there. Everything's starting to bit and piece together. Our pitching staff's starting to come around, and our offense has been carrying us most of the year.
It was a tough position, first base. And, Peter, you talked about this before the All-Star game. Guys who aren't here, like Palmeiro and just some of the outstanding seasons. And again, the guys who are, like yourself and Frank Thomas, in really both leagues. Is that, would you say, looking at the positions, that's one that you really got to be at your best to get into this game?
I tell you what, you know, not only at first base, but also, you know, at several other positions, you know, guys are just having phenomenal years, and it just came down to a numbers game. You know, certain guys got left off, and, you know, you got to tip your cap to them because they've done a whale of a job the first half, but it just wasn't in the cards. And, you know, because of the spots that were open on the roster with only 28 men going to an All-Star game, you had to leave some people home.
Well, historically, players have had a bit of a transition the first half, and they've moved from one league to another. You've had a great first half. Why haven't you had those problems?
Peter, I think the thing that I tried to do, especially coming into new league for the first time, seeing a lot of guys that I've never seen before, is try to keep it as simple as possible. Just remember that this is a game of baseball. Just see it and hit it. And the one thing that I've been trying to do, especially, is be patient at the plate and get deep in the count and see if I can't get a good pitch to hit. And
you know, knock on wood and all that good stuff, it's been working the first half.
Do you think the Giants miss you at all?
A ringer question, huh? I would imagine, you know, that there's going to be some criticism now because of, you know, what has happened, you know, with the offense over there. But, you know, Dusty and company over there have some great athletes, and they're going to be fine, you know, because this can't keep up all season. It's the same way with, you know, our division. It can't keep up all season. We're going to be above 500. A few other teams are going to be above 500, and the Giants are going to hit.
Both Barry Bonds and Matt Williams said tonight that they missed you terribly, so I thought I'd pass that along.
Thank you.
And we may miss baseball terribly. It sounds, I know the players met today, Will, like we're going to have some kind of work stoppage or some kind of strike. Let me just get you, I mean, nobody wants this, but your thoughts on trying to deal with your job and continue on a season, and yet knowing that, just like with fans and us, it's hanging over your head. It has to be demoralizing.
It's hanging over your head. You're right there, Chris. But the thing about it is, you know, there's still light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, it's not definite. You know, there are still negotiations that are trying to be put in progress. And from my vantage point, from what I've seen in baseball, as long as you step up to the table and you're very up front and forthright about it, you know, we're going to carry on negotiations, and the guy's going to do a good job. But, you know, if you're going to be as slow as the owners have been for the last, you know, 2 years or 18 months, whatever it's been, then you're going to force our hand.
I know that today we were told that the players decided they didn't want to take a strike vote because they didn't want to take away from this game. They discussed the ramifications of any sort of a system where they would be forced to take a fixed percentage of the income. And I know I was told that the players were told it would be about a $1 billion hit on them over a 7-year period. And, you know, that they said, look, we just cannot accept the salary cap in any way. Don't you think that the owners underestimate the resolve of the players once again?
I think you're right there, Peter. You know, they underestimate the resolve, and then not only that, they underestimate the solidarity. You know, pretty much everybody in the game today knows that we got in the position we're in right now because of what people have done for us in the past, and because of that reason our union is so solid, and they're going to remain solid.
Yeah, Frank Thomas said, hey, he's no one individual's bigger than the game. He's willing to give up all the records, numbers for the strength of the union. A player on the batting cage today said he didn't think there'd be a strike, but then later in the conversation he said he thought disco was making a comeback. And you know where that ranks.
He's wearing platform shoes.
Yes, right. And a white suit. Let's go to Jim Conn, who's roaming the floor here at Heinz Hall.
All right, thanks, Chris. Hey, you guys go ahead and talk that labor stuff. We're going to talk baseball and All-Star because Ken Caminiti's at his first one, and you said mouth closed, eyes open, ears open, that kind of experience.
That's it. Seen a lot of my peers, a lot of guys I look up to, kind of just following their footsteps now. Eyes open, ears open, mouth shut kind of attitude.
Yeah, but see, you guys have more representatives than any team here. The Astros, you want to get on TV there, jumping up in the background, and one young fellow, when he was about a little bigger than the young man standing behind us, I understand you had a good influence on. That's Jeff Bagwell. He's here with you.
Yeah, Jeff's here, Craig Biggio, John Hudak, Doug Drabeck, 5 of us. So that's the most in Houston franchise, so we're very happy about that.
One thing that goes unnoticed in baseball, especially at all-star games, talk power numbers, power pitching, is defense, and that's your strong suit. Tell us a little bit about where you got your ability, your reactions.
I'd have to say my father and mother.
Good genes.
Yeah, good genes. You know, I've always had a gifted arm, but I've always been noted as a defensive player, and that's my strong point. Good reflexes. I was a shortstop, but I was too slow, so they moved me to third base in college. And did real good there.
So. Kenny, wish we had more time. Thanks for the visit. Good luck tomorrow. Have a good time. Congratulations on being an All-Star. Stay with us on All-Star Monday. We'll be back right after this.
Now it's time for your favorite snack. McCain Pizza Pockets.
McCain captures perfect pizza taste in a pocket. Ready for that first bite.
Now's the time for your favorite snack.
Perfect pizza taste in a crust that's baked, not fried. So there's no leaks, no mess, just taste.
McCain Pizza Pockets.
Just perfect pizza taste.
The comfort of a luxury car. The fuel efficiency of a compact car. and the handling of a performance car are at last in one car. The new 1995 Maxima from Nissan.
Imagine adhesives so strong they help hold together 100 tons of soaring transportation. Imagine a fabric so bright it lets you see an accident in time to prevent it. Imagine a single disc so powerful it can store everything imaginable and protect it for a lifetime. These products and thousands more that make our lives better exist because the people at 3M imagine.
Play $1 Million Baseball Magic at A&P, Dominion, Miracle Food Mart, and Ultramart. You could win $1 million plus many other fabulous prizes. This week's feature products: Master Choice new frozen sorbet and ice cream, Master Choice frozen mammoth barbecued beef burgers, and Master Choice mammoth burger buns. $1 Million Baseball Magic, exclusively at A&P, Dominion, Miracle Food Mart, and Ultramart.
Things up here at the All-Star Gala. Peter, some final thoughts before we head to the game tomorrow night?
Well, being around today and looking at the talent, they may talk about needing realignment. They may talk about needing a new economic system. But the fact is, this is a golden era in baseball for the athletes, and that is what's the most important thing in baseball.
And like Peter says, this is such an enjoyable part of this season to forget a lot of other things and get to enjoy a lot of the stars in our Major League games. It's been a lot of fun. Pittsburgh, you've done a great job.
It really has been fun. Thanks to our crew here at ESPN, the Major League Baseball players and management. I like that. They were together on this, and we had a lot of fun. The Home Run Derby coming up next. Chris Berman calling it. Griffey, Thomas, Mike Piazza. Then the Upper Deck Hero Games. You'll see the Mad Hungarian fire up the crowd. Reggie Jackson later at midnight with Peter and I on the roundtable discussion. For Jim Cott and Peter Gammons, I'm Chris Myers. Enjoy the game. We'll see you next time from Pittsburgh. Good night, everybody.
Is an ESPN special presentation.
A beautiful sunlit afternoon at Pittsburgh at the confluence of the Allegheny, Monongahela, and the Ohio Rivers. An enthusiastic and large crowd on hand at Three Rivers Stadium to watch the best in baseball. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Chris Berman. So glad you could join us for our annual pregame festivities of the All-Star Game. This year, obviously, coming to you from Pittsburgh. Hope you enjoyed the All-Star Gala. You get to meet some of the players, and now we all have a chance to meet the players and those that played before them and see what they do best: pitch, catch, throw, and, of course, hit. An hour from now, the Upper Deck Heroes of Baseball, 14 Hall of Famers, will be on this field at Three Rivers. You'll see Mickey Mantle and Bob Gibson and Reggie Jackson and Raleigh Fingers, etc. But first, the crown jewel of all the pregame festivities here at the All-Star Game, the Home Run Derby. It's been a year when the ball has flown out of the ballpark at record paces. Is it juiced? Isn't it juiced? Well, I'll tell you what, these are the guys that can help us answer that question. And the way they've been hitting the ball, and maybe the way they're about to do it, maybe we'll see a fourth river flow out of Three Rivers Stadium.
The most exciting play in baseball today is the home run. So what could be better than to have a home run hitting contest here at the All-Star Game featuring some of the greatest sluggers in the game today? When you look at the alignment, I have to feel that Ken Griffey Jr. has an edge simply because he's done this before. Last year, he was in the finals against Juan Gonzalez, and the two of them really put on a show. So if we see anything comparable to what we saw last year, you're really in for a treat. If you're going to pick a sleeper from the National League, I would say Freddie McGriff. He never gets the credit that he deserves, and he's one of the true sluggers in the game today. Then you have Mike Piazza, who was in last year. He struggled. In fact, he didn't even hit a home run last year, so I'm sure he will be looking to take care of that this year. Tell you what, let's go down to Buck Martinez. He's with Ruben Sierra. He'll be participating today.
Ruben Sierra, your hero, has always been the great Roberto Clemente of the Pirates. What's it mean to come here to Pittsburgh and play in the same stadium where he played?
Well, I feel very proud so I can make this All-Star game. I always want to come where he played, and I hope I can get a chance to play tomorrow night in signed grass. That's a signed grass for in the right field here in the Pirates Stadium.
What was it about his style of play that you admired so much?
Well, he always was aggressive and a winning guy, you know, a winning guy. He always got an attitude to win, and he worked hard, you know.
What about the home run contest? It's tied 4-4 in the series. Who do you think is going to win?
Well, I don't know. You know, the guy that hit more home run, I guess, is the guy going to win. But, you know, it's a lot of good chance from Frank Thomas and the other guy from the other team. They got some good hitters. So let's see who's the best.
All right, should be a great contest. Thank you very much. Chris, let's go back upstairs now. Ruben Sierra, the American League.
All right, Buck, thank you. And outside of Three Rivers Stadium, there's the statue unveiled this past Friday of Roberto Clemente, Ruben's hero, the hero of so many in Pittsburgh, hero really worldwide. Can't come to Three Rivers without thinking of the Pirates Hall of Famer number 21. Our presentation.
Summertime fun, need refreshment. Yeah! Summertime fun, need refreshment.
Introducing new frozen concentrated iced tea from McCain. Refreshing, thirst-quenching beverage made with the essence of unique tea blends. McCain iced tea. Caffeine-free, no powdery taste. Just the clean, fresh-tasting flavor of McCain iced tea. Caffeine-free, no powdery taste. McCain, great-tasting refreshment down to a T.
Winning depends on how far you dare to go. Victory requires talent and skill and the determination to push to the limit. Living on the Edge is brought to you by Edge Shaving Gel, because to win, you need the edge. These are BC's coastal mountains, towering above the Pacific Ocean. Extreme skiers arrive by helicopter and look down at slopes that incline more than 60 degrees. Thrust your skis into firm snow. Hold the edge. A mistake can result in an endless slide down the steep face of an unforgiving mountain. Look out for a sudden avalanche or a hidden crevice and drive towards the bottom far below. Living on the Edge has been brought to you by Edge Shaving Gel. Ultimate closeness, ultimate comfort. That's the Edge.
The big games keep coming your way. 10 more reasons to play it for real. The Jays in July on TSN. When you start at the bottom, there's only one way to the top.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Top Rank Boxing, weekly on Real TV, TSN.
We're back at Pittsburgh at Three Rivers Stadium for the Gatorade Home Run Derby. Joe, how far do you have to hit it to get it out of here?
Well, this is a very good hitter's ballpark, Chris. The ball carries well in all directions, but it's especially good from 375 in both sides toward the line.
Ruben Sierra leads off for the American League. Just 3 shy of 200 lifetime home runs. And we heard his talk, Joe Morgan, before with our Buck Martinez about how Roberto Clemente is his hero. Wouldn't he love to hit a few out in this competition? Just thinking of the great number 21. Now, we should say the rules. You get 10 outs. An out is any swing. It can be a line drive off the wall, a ground ball like these, a miss, a foul pop. Any swing that's not a home run is an out. You just get 10 swings. You take a pitch, it doesn't count as anything. Obviously, there's no limit to how many home runs we can hit. 2 years ago, Mark McGuire hit 12. 3 years ago, Cal Ripken hit 12. McGuire hit about 8 in a row at San Diego. We'll see if anyone gets in the groove.
And that's what happens. You get in the groove in this type of a contest. He throws you about 3 pitches into the same spot, and you hit them all out, and then your confidence builds.
Sierra won it back in 1989 at Anaheim. When he played for Texas, he hit 6. This one will be a long foul ball, but that, too, counts as an out. So Ruben Sierra thus far with a goose egg. Ruben with 19 home runs thus far for the resurgent Oakland A's.
Well, the only person shut out last year was Mike Piazza, and Ruben won't be shut out.
No, this is back and gone. Our first home run of the afternoon. That was Ruben High Sierra. He's the leader in the clubhouse with 1. This one's not quite going to make it. Now, Joe, in his career, Sierra has 65 homers against right-handed pitchers, 132 against left-handed pitchers. Yet he's batting righty against the righty pitcher. Maybe he's got a unique strategy here. He feels the Jets going to left. Will this get out? Yes! And a fine grab made in the picnic area. Just about 12 feet over from the foul pole, which is 335 feet down both lines. This is ripped to left. Will it stay up? Oh, it's off the wall. And boy, you hate to call a line shot off the wall an out.
An out. Well, it's an easy out, too, in this game. I think he has more raw power from the right side. He hits more home runs, of course, from the left side, but he has more raw power from the right side. A lot of switch hitters are that way.
Tries to go to deep center. Back it goes. Back, back, back. Gone! Oh, he gets it the hard way to straightaway center. And the fans flopping on that Gatorade tarp. That'll be an out for Ruben, out number 7. So 3 out of the park, 7 outs. Remember, you get 10. Gets way under this to left field. Will it stay fair? Will it go long enough? Yes, sir, over the fence. Home run number 4 for Sierra.
That one scraped the back wall coming down, but it counts.
That's a gapper, but that'll go for an out. It took Ruben a few swings to get warmed up. Now he's in some sort of groove, although he's hit different sort of homers, Joe. Liner, a high fly, a shot to center. This will be out of play. So this is last swing unless he hits him out. Do you go for it? I mean, do you just try and hit this one 500, Joe?
Well, I think that's what he tried to do, but he hit a bullet to left.
Good start, though, for the American League. Ruben Sierra with a 4 spot. So Sierra gets the American League, which has won the last 3 years impressively, off to a good start. Last year's National League Rookie of the Year, Mike Piazza, will be first up for the senior circuit. The Gatorade Home Run Derby underway here at...
You want to taste, you can't resist? There's no bag chip you can pop like this. Chips and bags got busted pieces. Get your hands on the one that pleases.
The Pringles can't stop. Pop, the Pringles can't stop.
You got the stack, you got the bunch. For a whole lot of taste of the Pringles crunch. You got the duckbill lizard too. Pringles brings great taste to you.
Pop, the Pringles can't stop. Pop, the Pringles can't stop.
So can those bag dip Pringles chips. Ain't nothing like Pringles across your lips. Yeah, once you pop, you can't stop.
Play $1 Million Baseball Magic at A&P, Dominion, Miracle Food Mart, and Ultramart. You could win $1 million if any Blue Jay hits for the cycle. Or win Mikasa Maxima Fine China. Dirt Devil vacuums from Royal, the first name in floor care. The best of T-Fel, featuring the Cool Wall Deluxe Deep Fryer. Or a Polaroid Captiva Instant Camera. You could also win a trip for 2 to Orlando, Florida, courtesy of Canadian Holidays, Canada's largest vacation company. $1 Million Baseball Magic, exclusively at these fine stores.
British Open Golf begins Thursday on Real TV, TSN.
Back in a beautiful afternoon here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Our thanks to the gang at MetLife Blimp for providing some great shots of today's events under the command of Captains Lee Bradbury and Russ Adams. The Aerial Ambassador typically cruises at an altitude of 1,200 feet, about as far as some of today's home runs may travel. The National League leadoff hitter, Mike Pepperoni Piazza, unanimous winner of that award last season. Last year in the home run derby, I mean, rookie, first All-Star game, he was shut out. Well, I don't think that'll happen again, Joe.
I don't think it'll happen. He was very nervous last year. Hit a lot of line drives, but none over the wall.
Remember, you can take as many pitches as you want. That's not an out, but any sort of swing that's a non-homer is an out. Piazza, 35 home runs last year. Has a chance to do what only Roy Campanella has done. Go back-to-back 30 home run seasons for a catcher. Campy did it in 50 and 51. Not even the great Johnny Bench did it in consecutive years. Piazza, 21 at the break, had 35 last year.
Now, that surprises me that Bench did never accomplish that feat.
70, 72, and 77 for JB. This is a moonraker here to left field. But alas, it goes for a sky out.
Piazza has a little funny swing in that he really finishes well. He finishes with the bat in the same position every swing. Doesn't matter where the pitch is, he finishes with the bat kind of wrapped around his back.
On June the 6th at Joe Robbie Stadium in Florida, Piazza hit one of the longest homers this year, 477 feet, way over the potted plants that they have up in the upper deck. Albert Bell is up next for the AL. Piazza from Norristown, PA, would like to do well in his home state. Another rainmaker, but Joe, he's just getting under it too much.
And he's also about to be shut out again, Chris.
Will this one stay up enough? No. A line shot for an out. 8 outs. He can't believe it.
Well, you can only hit them in the game.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
This is really kind of similar to what he did last year. A lot of hard line drives, but none of them had enough elevation to get out of the ballpark.
Well, the National League crowd here at Three Rivers giving Piazza a hard time. Piazza's finished with another goose egg.
I tell you what, Chris, I'm not going to let him participate next year. I don't care. He's out.
Well, he's out of the National League after one batter is down 4-0, and now he'll hear it from his teammates. And Albert Bell strides to the plate as the American League has a good start with Sierra. Bell, Thomas, and Griffey to come. Oh, my.
Albert Bell, I should say, wants a right-handed pitcher. He does not want a left-handed pitcher on the mound, so they're going to have to change the screen around.
So Albert Bell steps in, 27 years of age, has 25 home runs to stand third in the American League. Last year he hit 38, and of course won the RBI title last year with 129 RBIs. Boy, has he become not only a power hitter, Joe, but a real studious hitter. In other words, a lot of hitters, after you get 2 strikes on them, you really have the upper hand. He hits every pitch like it's 2 strikes. He really concentrates and studies the pitchers.
Well, he's got a great way of setting his bat.
Yeah, look at this. Back, 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 back. Gone to the third deck. Even Reggie Jackson was impressed. Number 6 on the all-time home run list. He knows a prodigious blast when he sees one.
Knowing Reggie, he still thinks he can hit it that far.
Well, he hit one out in the celebrity home run contest. He hit at the end of all of it.
Okay.
And he hit one and did the grand tour. 1 out of the yard, 2 outs for Albert Bell. Bell's 6'2", 210, power-packed. One of the big reasons why the Cleveland Indians are in first place at the break for the first time since 1959. That's ripped but foul. His home run, by the way, estimated, Joe, 454 feet. As Junior waits. The crime dog, Fred McGriff, waits to get the National League underway. Albert last year hit 3 in the home run competition at Camden Yards. That one won by the American League 21-12. Gonzalez and Griffey tied at 7. Gonzalez won the playoff, or what did they decide on penalty kicks, Joe?
No, they actually played it off, and even the first 2 rounds of the playoff, they remained tied. They both hit 5 apiece.
Gonzalez, of course, not here. Will this one go? Back it goes to left center. It's gone. Bring your mitts today, folks. Rip to left. Ooh, a rope off the Expos sign for an out. 2 homers for Albert Bell, who now lead it 6-0 here, and each team in the second of 4 batters. Eight outs. You get 10, remember. The pitcher, by the way, the right-hander, the third base coach of the Pirates pitching here to Albert, is Rich Donnelly. When a batter requests a left-handed pitcher, be Ken Sable, which is one of the Pirates' regular batting practice pitchers.
Well, Bell is trying to pull everything, and actually the way to aim in a home run hitting contest is left center field.
Did he get enough of it? Not quite. It goes to the track at center. So Albert Bell is retired after 2 home runs. Add that to Sierra's 4, and the American League leads it 6.
Jean-Luc Brassard, Canadian Olympic gold medalist.
To win gold, you've got to want it. So I push myself to do my personal best. That leaves my hair sweaty and out of control. So I reach for Pert Plus. I've tried some other 2-in-1s, but Pert Plus works. I get the control I want.
Pert Plus has control-enhancing conditioners that help smooth every strand to leave your hair more manageable.
With Pert Plus, I don't fuss. I get hair that I can control.
A winning combination for manageable hair.
You want to be your best? You gotta have control.
Auto glass replacement is a game for pros. The windshield in your car is part of the body structure. It must be fixed properly. Don't take a chance. Take it to the pros at Speedy Auto Glass.
At Speedy we care.
It's a hit. TSN Sports Radio. Featuring hourly updates and Dave Hodge commentary. TSN Sports Radio. Punch it up across Canada.
Sport is everyday life, drama and excitement. Canadians play it, live it. The triumph, the fall, intrigue and exposure. Our love for the game goes beyond the final score, beyond the headline. Because inside sports, there's more than one story.
The pulse of sport news. Dave Hodge and TSN Inside Sports. Weeknights on Real TV, TSN.
The National League got nothing from Mike Piazza. Now can they get off the schneid with Dante Inferno Bichette of the Colorado Rockies? His first year in Colorado was the first time in the majors, Joe. He hit over 20 home runs at 21 last year. Now he has 21 at the break. He's second in the league in RBIs with 77. So he's really coming of age here after his 4th and 5th year in the majors.
Well, I think he's going to be a better player as he gets a little more maturity. He was a good player when he was in Milwaukee.
And even hit some, and of course threw well in the outfield for Doug Rader at California. But Colorado, he has really found his home.
That's the way to hit it.
Well, it goes to center field. It's back. It is not enough. Might have been out at Mile High Stadium.
The one problem, though, is that I've noticed Albert Bell, I want to call him George, but Albert was pulling everything. Foul.
This is pulled, fair, and gone. The National League is on the board. Is there a better place to hit it in this park, or there's no stream anywhere, is there, Joe?
No, but I think left center and right center are the places to aim like that.
I think Bichette has found it. Back to left, but just to the track.
I believe it carries best, in that area. Left center and right center. Both just to the left of the 375 toward both lines.
This is kind of like Piazza's situation, Lich. This is first All-Star game for Bichette, so he told you before and told us he's a little bit nervous about this.
Well, I'm sure you're nervous. Anytime you're competing, you have to have a certain amount of nervousness. When you're competing with the best players in your league and the best players in the American League, quite naturally you're going to be a little nervous. But usually you get over that after the first couple of swings.
This might help him get over it. Back it goes to left center. Back, gone. Home number 2 for Dante Bichette. A 17th round draft pick back in 1984, broke in as a third baseman. That's another out. There's Jeff Bagwell in his first All-Star game, but he's going to hit cleanup for the National League. The 2 National League home runs, both here by Bichette. Gets under this one. This will go nowhere. A can of corn, as Bob Prince used to say in this park at Forbes Field. Can of corn to center. 6 outs for Bichette. He's hit 2 out of the yard. Ripped to left field. Will it stay fair? Back it goes. This a ton, but it's foul.
Well, they booed the umpire. It was over the foul pole or the foul net, but the umpire said it went foul before it left the ballpark.
This one to left center field. Back it goes. Back. Gone. Frank Thomas, the big hurt, up next for the American League. Bichette putting a big hurt on this ball. He really dumps a big one. It's just not quite over the fence. Well, kind of ran out of real estate there, didn't it, Joe?
Well, the way they've chosen who goes in which order is determined by the number of home runs you've hit so far this year. So Ken Griffey Jr. will anchor the American League, and Jeff Bagwell will anchor the National League.
This one is ripped, but foul. Yeah, Matt Williams has a slight groin and back injury. He leads the National League in home runs with 33, but he will not participate, which is unfortunate. He has as many homers as Griffey. That's lost in the shuffle. Last out for Bichette. Out one goes a Rocky Mountain High, but it'll go for an out. But the National League is on the board. 3 home runs for Dante Bichette and the imposing figure of the big hurt, Frank Thomas. 2 up next. We'll be back.
You want a taste you can't resist? There's no bag chip you can pop like this. Chips and bags got busted pieces. Get your hands on the one that pleases.
The Pringles can't stop. Pop, the Pringles can't stop.
You got the stack, you got the bunch. For a whole lot of taste of the Pringles crunch. You got the duck-bill lizard too. Pringles brings great taste to you.
Pop, the Pringles can't stop. Pop, the Pringles can't stop.
So can those bag dip Pringles chips? Ain't nothing like Pringles across your lips. Yeah, once you pop, you can't stop.
Do you believe in reincarnation? Armor All Tire Foam. It cleans, it shines, it makes tires look like new. Now you can believe.
This is NASCAR Thunder, an open road that holds no limits, where high performance is more than untamed horsepower, and life in the fast lane can either make or break you. These are the days of Thunder, NASCAR Auto Racing on TSN. Grab some high-speed thrills at the Miller Genuine Draft 500 from Pocono International Raceway, late night Sunday, and feel NASCAR Thunder on Real TV TSN.
halfway home in our Gatorade Home Run Derby. The first man up, Ruben Sierra, still the leader in the clubhouse. But now, time for the heavy metal. The menacing figure of the Big Hurt, Frank Thomas at the plate. A legitimate Triple Crown chance. Second in homers with 32. Fourth in ribbies with 78. First in average at the break, 383. He scored 93 runs, Joe.
Well, he's just amazing. All of his statistics are better, just overall, he's just a great player.
41 homers last year, unanimous MVP.
And
if 32 at the break.
If he had to vote today, he'd probably be the MVP in the American League again today, with Ken Griffey Jr. being a close second.
Pirates fans booing their own coach, Rich Donnelly, for the brushback.
You get a wall once first to get loose. Here we go.
In batting practice, Thomas hit the longest BP home run. Almost to there. Will this stay fair? Not quite. He hit it in the fourth deck. In fair territory in BP, that just goes as a long out. Man.
He is so strong. And I mean, he has everything going for him. He has a quick bat and he's strong.
Does Donnelly know exactly where Thomas would like it? Like there? As it goes way back to left. Back it goes. An upper decker.
Maybe he should get 2 for that.
He should.
Well, he's asked the batting practice pitcher to slow down a little bit. Frank wants to savor this moment.
Had just missed the blimp on its way down to short center. The home run by Thomas, 510 feet. The longest ever, remember, in a game here. Obviously different conditions. Greg Luzinski, 483 back in 1979. 3 outs for Frank. And Ruben Sierra started off with 4. He's the leader at the halfway mark.
Well, Frank Thomas is really doing this the proper way. He is taking his time until he gets into a groove. He's not just standing there swinging like a machine. I think if he finds a groove, he will stay in the batter's box. But until he does that, he's going to take his time.
6'5", 257 pounds from Columbus, Georgia. The National League players, Joe, during the batting practice before the game, they looked across into the AL dugout and said, man, I think Frank Thomas is getting bigger. They hadn't seen him since the spring. 5 outs, just 1 homer, albeit a monstrous one for Frank Thomas. Gets under this too much. Ruben Sierra's 4 got the American League off on the right foot, so they lead at 7-3. Next up for the National League, the man who, of these 8 players, has the most lifetime homers, Fred McGriff. He has 251. Halfway to 500 is the crime dog. So Thomas, with 3 outs left, certainly wants to nail one, which he does. Back. Gone. It's got to scare a pitcher to try to dig in and pitch to Frank, doesn't it, Joe?
Well, especially because he's not a pull hitter. He hits a lot of balls back through the middle and right center field.
This one is way back to left center field. Way back and gone. Off the Will Clark sign on the facade of the upper deck.
That is awesome. The first one that was hit into the upper deck down the line. This is out in left center field. I mean, that is over the 375 mark and about another 100 feet up.
525 feet, Joe.
Yeah, I knew that one was farther than the first one. That is unbelievable.
I don't even think John Daly can reach that.
No.
Two outs left for Frank. Boy.
I'd hate to be the guy following this act, though.
Yes. Well, that swing, it looked like he said, well, how can I swing harder than the one I just sent 525? That's McGriff who's next.
Actually, McGriff is probably the perfect guy to follow because he will not be in awe.
Yeah, but they all want to see. Look at the crowd here. The last swing for Frank Thomas. This is a heck of a scene here, Joe.
Well, the fans are into it as well as the players. You can hear the National League players saying, throw him a changeup, throw him a changeup in the background.
Here it goes. Back to left field. Back. Gone.
Well, he needed that to tie Sierra in case there is a tie and to get into a playoff. Now he has a chance to take the lead.
Down to his last swing. Thomas is tied for the lead. Now again with his last swing, can he take the lead? He grunted and groaned at that one. And listen to the applause for the Big Hurt.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone get a standing ovation in the home run hitting contest. They usually clap a lot, but this is a standing ovation.
26 years of age, he's just becoming a great hitter. What will he be 3 years from now, Joe?
Well, he's not bad now, Chris. In fact, it doesn't get any better than this swing here. Watch, he generates a lot of power with this swing. Bat speed, he even comes off the ground with his back foot. And this is a tremendous drive in the left center field. I have seen Willie Stargell hit him that far to right field, but no one has hit him that far to left field.
And look at the dugout, Joe. It's Kenny Lofton and Chuck Knobloch and Kirby Party. They're like kids at a candy store. Frank Thomas has certainly lit it up here in Pittsburgh. Can Junior do it when he comes to the plate? We'll be back.
McCain captures perfect pizza taste in a pocket. Ready for that first bite. Now's the time for your favorite snack. Perfect pizza taste in a crust that's baked, not fried. So there's no leaks, no mess, just taste. McCain! Pizza pockets. Just perfect pizza taste.
Frank Thomas's 4 homers have tied him with Ruben Sierra for the lead with 3 batters left. There are just 4 teams left in the World Cup, and we here at ESPN continue to show it to you. We'll have both semifinals on Wednesday from Giant Stadium, live at 3:55 Wednesday afternoon. Italy, are they Destiny's darlings this World Cup? Nigeria had them beat, but the Italians bounced back. They beat Spain, and now they play Bulgaria, who staged the biggest upset in the tournament, knocking out the defending champ Germany. 7:25, we go out west for the second half of our double dip. Brazil, probably still the favorite in the tournament, going up against Sweden, a team that tied Brazil 1-1 in an earlier first-round game. With the American League off to a heck of a lead, now stepping to the plate to try and follow Frank Thomas's 4 is Fred Crime Dog McGriff. who in the last week or so just became a member of the 250 home run club. McGriff has hit 30 or more home runs in 6 straight seasons, and with 23 at the break is obviously well on his way to number 7. He's only the 12th man to hit 30 or more in 6 straight seasons. Of the other 11, 10 are in the Hall of Fame. Ruth, Aaron, Gehrig, Fox, Matthews, Mantle, Kiner, Killebrew, Mays, and McCovey. The only one not in the Hall of Fame, Mike Schmidt, and he sure will be. So that puts into perspective what McGriff has done in Toronto, San Diego, and now Atlanta.
Well, that's great company to be in.
Yeah. .6'3", 215 is the crime dog. Drafted by the Yankees in '81 in the 9th round before they sent him as an untried youngster to Toronto in a big trade. Then, of course, the celebrated trade to San Diego in December of '90. This is a celebrated blast. Way back to right. Gone. A second decker.
Well, McGriff was my sleeper. I figured that McGriff could be the guy to get into a perfect groove and hit 6 or 7 home runs.
Again, he, like Frank Thomas, is not so anxious to swing at every pitch. Rip to right. Back it goes. Back, back, back. Gone. 2 for Fred McGriff. You know, with all the credentials that he has, Joe, this is just his second All-Star game.
Well, people have a tendency to take him for granted. He's just so consistent.
Like that swing. We've seen it 251 times in the majors, in Major League games. We've seen it 3 times this afternoon. Junior can feel the heat.
Yeah.
With McGriff, the NL is catching up. 10-6.
McGriff has the 3 home runs. He's only made 2 outs. It's a long way to go.
Well, speaking of a long way to go, look at this one, Joe. Off the facade of the restaurant, just below the upper deck. He's now tied with Thomas and Sierra for the individual lead. He only has 2 outs. We will not see Fred hit many in this competition to left field, will we?
No.
That'll go as a routine out to center. Albert Litton. Ken Griffey Jr. get ready. This one, will it get out? No.
Hard enough, but not high enough.
Almost hit his team sign, the Braves, which is right down the right field line. 3-way tie thus far. Next homer, McGriff takes the lead. Will this be it? Yes, sir. Jeff Bagwell, knowing that he'll have a chance between him and McGriff to maybe pull it out for the National League. Already McGriff the leader with 5 homers. He has just 4 outs. If you add up Thomas's 4, they're longer than McGriff's 5, but that's not what we're doing here. David,
teammate.
Yep, rooting him on. David Justice. Rainmaker will not make it. Down and in, McGriff wisely lays off. McGriff has gotten him right back in it, Joe. Does this have the distance? Back it goes to right. Not quite.
The only trouble with a home run hitting contest sometimes, Chris, is if the opposing pitchers are watching, they can tell where you love the baseball.
Right. Watch out down there. Ooh, there's a shot into the crowd. 7 outs now for Fred McGriff. Quiet, personable young man from Tampa, Florida.
In fact, the Braves just renewed his contract. They picked up the option for the 95 season. I don't think Freddie's happy with that because he wants to sign a long-term contract. He says he's tired of moving around, and he deserves to be in one place.
This one down the line, just below the Braves sign and right. Last swing now for Fred McGriff. And the crowd comes alive. Gets under this one, and that'll do it. But not until we have ourselves a new leader. With just one batter left from each league, the leader with 5 homers, Fred McGriff of the Braves. Fred is with our Buck Martinez down on the field. Buck?
Fred, a lot of people would have been intimidated watching Big Frank Thomas go to work, but you stepped in, looked like you were really calm and collected.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely tough hitting behind Frank Thomas. I mean, the guy's hitting the ball 500 feet. I'm like, man, I got no chance. This guy's unbelievable. But he slowed down a little bit, and I got in there. And once I got that first one out of the way, I was fine. A couple of years ago, I struggled a little bit. I hit 4. So this year, hey, I got 5, so I'm ready to roll now.
Next man up, the man who was making the home run headlines all year long, Junior Griffey of the Mariners. We'll be back.
Winning depends on how far you dare to go. Victory requires talent and skill and the determination to push to the limit. Living on the Edge is brought to you by Edge Shaving Gel, because to win, you need the edge. These are BC's coastal mountains, towering above the Pacific Ocean. Extreme skiers arrive by helicopter and look down at slopes that incline more than 60 degrees. Thrust your skis into firm snow. Hold the edge. A mistake can result in an endless slide down the steep face of an unforgiving mountain. Look out for a sudden avalanche or a hidden crevice and drive towards the bottom far below. Living on the Edge has been brought to you by Edge Shaving Gel. Ultimate closeness, ultimate comfort. That's the Edge.
It takes time and patience to train a winner, to harness the strength and speed and spirit that turn horse and driver into one. That teamwork is put to the test as harness racing's elite challenge for the Maple Leaf Trot from Woodbine Raceway in Toronto. Saturday on Real TV TSN.
Hitting cleanup for the American League, Ken Griffey Jr., who set a new major league record for home runs at the end of the month of May with 22, breaking the old mark of Mickey Mantle. He set a new major league record for home runs at the end of June with 32, breaking the old mark held by the Babe with 30. Can he set a new record at the end of 162 games? Boy, that's something you've been quite vocal about, Joe. He doesn't need to chase Roger Maris at 61.
I certainly hope he doesn't get that close. I hope he hits over 50 and has a great season. But I saw what it did to Roger Maris, and he was a veteran, and Ken Griffey Jr. is still mature, and I'd hate for that to be a blemish on his career. And his attitude, because he has such a great attitude. In fact, I've seen a little of the smile that I saw at the beginning of the season kind of fade away a little bit with all the pressure.
Every day you're on such and such a pace. Remember, as Griffey hits this one a long way but foul, remember only 11 individuals have ever hit 50 home runs.
Right. And that would be okay.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Rip to right. This is a no-doubter. Back it goes. Griffey is on the board off the facade of the restaurant. Or the auxiliary press back there.
He has such a natural home run swing that he doesn't really have to change a lot for this competition. He has a slight uppercut in his swing. Unlike Frank Thomas, Thomas doesn't really have that uppercut. He just hits the ball so hard quite often, and it goes out.
Rip to right. Foul. The homer by Griffey went 454 feet. Remember, he will not be. Here's Jeff Bagwell, who will hit cleanup and last for the National League. Remember, Griffey won't be 25 until November this year. I think that ball went to November. That's up in Pop Stargell territory.
Yes, it is.
Rip to right. Back it goes. Back, back, back. Another upper decker.
Who are these guys? Hey, if you're Bagwell, you're sitting there saying, now what can I do?
Well, the National League had climbed to within 10-8. Now they're down 13-8. Griffey, 165 lifetime home runs, was the 6th youngest major leaguer ever to make it to 100. The only ones faster: Ott, Tony Conigliaro, Matthews, Bench, and Aaron. Back it goes. A low liner for a home run. Number 4.
I don't know what's going through Jeff's mind, but he's probably saying, I need some help.
Yes. Four homers, 5 outs for Junior. He's actually born in Pennsylvania, Denora, Pennsylvania. Of course, grew up in Cincinnati.
You know who else was born there? You know who else? The great Stan Musial.
Yes,
You forgot?
I
yeah,
didn't forget.
You forgot? I mean, I was trying to build you up.
The 525-foot homers are killing me. Down the line. Fair ball. Gone. That ties him with McGriff.
Well, I said you had to give the nod to Griffey, but McGriff was my sleeper. He came through for me.
Last year, Griffey lost in a playoff with Gonzalez. 2 years ago at San Diego, his 7 were second to Mark McGwire's 12. Can he win it this year? Well,
yes.
Yes, he can.
See, I tell you, all of this is just a natural swing for Griff. Everyone else has to try to help it a little bit. But this is just his natural swing.
Remember, he hit the warehouse at Camden Yards last year. He's just hit the warehouse at Camden Yards again, except it's about 400 miles from here. Come on, baby. That one 475, his 7th home run. He's had 7 now 3 years in a row, Joe. What's the matter with him?
Single, yeah.
What's the matter with him? Can he hit? Yeah, well, what do you think, Reg? Oh, I know what you think. Is it fair? Oh, it's just foul. 8 outs for Junior. His 7 homers grabs the lead. Down to his last swing. Remember, Frank Thomas hit a moonshot on his last swing. As Bagwell gets ready, so does Junior. Gets under this. It'll go for an out, but we have ourselves a new leader here in Pittsburgh.
And another standing ovation. Let's take a look at how natural Ken Griffey's swing appears to be. He doesn't seem to force it. His bat just flows through the hitting zone, and the ball goes 475 feet. Maybe if he pushed it, he could get a 500-footer.
Kenny, you've said all along you're not a home run hitter. Now all these people in Pittsburgh know you are a home run hitter. You really got it in a groove there.
Well, I was just trying to put on a show for the fans. It was a lot of fun. You know, the winner are the kids, and we're just trying to do the best job we can to raise as much money as we can for the kids.
American League's got a lot of pride in this home run contest, don't they?
Oh yeah, we take pride in the game and the whole the season. So you know, it's going to be a battle tomorrow night.
All right, Kenny. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, Buck, thank you. Ken Griffey Jr.'s 7 homers gives him the lead over Fred McGriff. Jeff Bagwell has
a revolutionary way to clean and protect your car. New Clear Wash and Wax by Tannery. Specially formulated with space-age polysilicones for today's car finishes. As you wash, the carnauba polishes, and the polysilicones bond to create a tough, hard, mirror-like shine in minutes. It's that simple, that beautiful. Wash and Wax by Tannery. It's all your car may ever need. Available at these fine stores. From minus 20 to 120 degrees, your leather bakes, dries, hardens, cracks. Now, there's new leather and vinyl care by Tannery. To protect, to clean, to condition. Creamy, natural. It brings back the suppleness of new leather, no matter what your leather goes through. Now there's new leather and vinyl care by Tannery. Available at these fine stores.
The big games keep coming your way. 10 more reasons to play it for real. The Jays in July on TSN.
ESPN's presentation of the Gatorade Home Run Derby is brought to you by, you'll never guess, Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Nothing quenches that deep down body thirst better than Gatorade. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires. And by Burger King. Value every day, have it your way. Don't forget the Upper Deck Heroes of Baseball coming up next. But for now, the National League, it's Last Chance Saloon. Well, the National League, it's all up to Jeff Bagwell, and the American League guys have just been teasing him. Hey, Bag, you're 9 down, 17-8. That's a lot of pressure on a young man in this, his first All-Star game, period, let alone home run derby. But he's second behind Matt Williams in home runs in the National League with 27. And remember, he has hit the second longest ball ever at the stadium in 91. 472 feet off of the Pirate pitcher Bob Yum Kipper.
And he's also similar to Griffey in that he doesn't really have to help it. He may be trying, but his swing is just a natural home run swing.
There's Craig Matinee at the Biggio saying, Bags, I know what you're thinking. Calm down, eh? Grunting and groaning there at the plate like Monica Seles used to do hitting a tennis ball.
Oh, that's funny, right?
The American League guys are really giving him a hard time, Chris.
It's hard to hit 9 homers with one swing. Bagwell, who leads the majors in RBIs at the break with 82, just wants to get off the schneid.
All right.
Bagwell, 4th round pick in '89 of the Red Sox, traded to Houston at the end of August '91 for Larry Anderson, and he has just blossomed with the Stros. That one,
I got jammed.
Yo, Idol. Shit, you just a little kid. You just a little guy.
He's my idol. I grew up watching him.
Yeah, okay.
This one will have the distance. Back it goes. Back, gone. Well, the National League would like to have Matty Williams helping out, but he's got the slight back problem. They don't want him to twist and turn it, just trying to hit Tater. Although he's been on a tear.
Yes, he's been swinging the bat exceptionally well. And then on Friday, I thought he was going to participate. I was there in San Francisco, and the trainer came in and said he wasn't going to participate. But I must admit, Matt didn't second that motion.
Now Bagwell now down to his last swing, just has one. Now next year, hopefully, we'll see Matty, who has 33. And more life for Bags. Home run number 2. 17-10 now. The American League leads it. Ale looking to make it 4 in a row. They've had it 8 times before. One was rained out. AL 4, NL 4. To center field, the deepest part of the park, and it goes out. So Bagwell hitting like he's got a 2-2 count on him with 2 outs in the 9th has put 2 out.
Well, I think he's a little more relaxed now. That's the problem. You give up 5 or 6 outs before you get comfortable.
If you're wondering, Thomas's homers averaged 473 feet. Griffey's 7 homers averaged 463. Banks didn't think he got it, and he was right. So Jeff Bagwell ends with 3.
Very nice.
Many of them in his last few swings, but it's not enough to stave off an AL win 17-11 and stave off the crown to that man right there, Ken Griffey Jr.
Well, Ken Griffey Jr., again, he had to be the favorite simply because he leads the major leagues in home runs. But, again, he has such a stroke that is just great for this type of competition.
It's always fun to see the guys just crown him out of here. And Ken Griffey Jr. wears the crown. We'll be back to Three Rivers Stadium for the wrap of the Gatorade Home Run Derby in just a moment.
This sports break is brought to you by Subway, the place where fresh is the taste.
Hi, folks. Pleasure to welcome you to our control center. I'm Michael Landsberg. Sports Desk is coming up at 11:30 Eastern Time. Right now, a chance to update you on one of the stories of the day. O.J. Simpson will not appear in court until July the 22nd. Next, when he is arraigned on those murder charges. There was some news that was leaked out today. Here it is.
O.J. Simpson told police the day after the murders he cut his hand while getting ready for his trip to Chicago. That report in the latest issue of Newsweek magazine, which says he left blood on his Ford Bronco and droplets on his driveway while retrieving his cellular phone prior to the trip. The former football star also got a visit today from high-profile attorney Alan Dershowitz, another member of the defense team who teaches at Harvard Law School.
I just went to visit O.J. It was a serious meeting, and we talked about his case, and we're going to go back to the office and write our motions and do our legal work.
After visiting Simpson in jail, Alan Dershowitz went to Simpson's Brentwood home, along with more tourists curious to see the home of the man accused of 2 brutal murders.
Do you guys think he's guilty?
Once again, Sports Desk comes up at 11:30 Eastern Time. We'll recap the day in sport. Of course, no big baseball highlights to show you because there is no baseball outside of what you are watching right now. But we do have some interesting stories, including our plays of the week. That's all coming up on Sports Desk at 11:30 Eastern. Right now, a break, then back to Pittsburgh.
You've helped Subway become the #2 restaurant chain, so we're going to make your dreams come true with our Dream Game. That's why I'm hypnotizing you to see what dream prizes you can win. Keep your eye on the pendulum.
Win your own business with a check from Subway. Win a trip for 2 to Australia for a special premiere of MGM's action thriller, Blown Away. Plus, millions win delicious Subway food. Just buy a 22 or 32-ounce soft drink and peel off the sticker. It's Subway's Dream Game.
At the count of 3, you'll be back to normal. 1, 2...
at Three River Stadium, the Gatorade Home Run Derby goes to Ken Griffey Jr. His 7 in 92 put him second. His 7 in 93 got him in the playoff, which he lost. His 7 in 94 earns him the crown, beating Fred McGriff by 2, Frank Thomas and Ruben Sierra by 3. And the American League has now won 4 in a row, beating the National League 17-11. These are the stars of today. How about the stars of yesteryear? Let's now go to Joel Myers and...
Match des étoiles. Les Expos, ils sont très bien représentés alors que pour la 3e fois de leur histoire, 5 joueurs sont au sein de l'équipe de la nationale. D'abord, le lanceur Ken Hill, qui en est à sa première participation et qui domine la nationale pour les victoires avec 13. Le voltigeur Moises Alou, également à sa première participation, connaît une saison exceptionnelle. Moyenne de 331, 18 circuits et 59 points produits. Tout ça, quelques mois seulement, après avoir subi une blessure qui, selon plusieurs, aurait pu compromettre sa carrière. Le receveur Darren Fletcher est peut-être la plus belle surprise chez les Expos. Ces 10 circuits représentent déjà un sommet en carrière et avec 49 points produits, il devrait battre sa marque de 60 établie l'an dernier. Pour Fletcher, il s'agit bien sûr d'une première invitation à cette classique. Pour une 2e année consécutive, Marquise Grissom est au match des étoiles. Meilleur voltigeur de centre défensif de la Ligue, il est également au 2e rang de la nationale pour les points marqués 73 et les buts volés avec 30. Enfin, âgé de 22 ans seulement, Wilfredo Cordero est le 5e représentant des Expos. Sur le point de devenir une super vedette, Cordero totalise déjà 13 circuits et 48 points produits, propulsant les Expos au meilleur dossier dans le baseball majeur. Le 65e match des étoiles au Réseau des sports est une présentation de l'Abat Draft. La draft à l'état pur. Et de Pepsi. Aujourd'hui, c'est Pepsi. En direct de Pittsburgh, le Réseau des sports vous présente le 65e match des étoiles entre la Ligue américaine et la Ligue nationale. Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Denis Casava accompagné de Roger Brulotte. Bienvenue à ce match des étoiles. Alors, Roger, 65e match des étoiles, mais depuis 6 ans, c'est le match de Ligue américaine parce que la Ligue américaine a remporté les 6 dernières présentations de ce match des étoiles. Ils ont marqué 35 points contre 15 au cours des 6 derniers matchs et ils ont également 3 conquêtes de suite pour la Série mondiale. Alors, qu'est-ce qui se passe avec la Ligue nationale? Est-ce que finalement, on va avoir un réveil du côté de la nationale?
La Ligue nationale sont malchanceux. On va commencer le match, ils sont malchanceux. Mais Denis, quand tu analyses les deux équipes, c'est pas compliqué. Tu as les coups de canon. La puissance, c'est avec la Ligue américaine. Ligue nationale, c'est des lapins. Des lapins qui courent de gauche à droite. Des manches de 3 points, puis ça prend 2 doubles, 2 simples, un vol de but. Alors, quand tu regardes la Ligue américaine, je pense que l'image du match des étoiles représente bien les deux ligues. Ce que je veux dire par ça, tu regardes la Ligue américaine. D'ailleurs, les Braves d'Atlanta jouent comme la Ligue américaine maintenant. La manche de 3 points. On attend, à l'occasion, on vole un but. Coup de circuit, vont pour 2 points, un double, un coup sûr. Tu regardes la Ligue nationale, coureur au premier but, tente de voler le deuxième, l'amorti-sacrifice, le frappé court. Et l'équipe d'étoiles, on peut les combiner de même. Les coups de canon contre les lapins.
Et du côté de la Ligue nationale, on a effectué plusieurs changements cette saison. Il y a plusieurs joueurs dans la nationale qui en sont à leur première participation au match des étoiles. On a du nouveau sang, du sang nouveau du côté de la Ligue nationale. Ça peut peut-être aider également.
Mais ça fait du bien de voir le sang nouveau. Parce que quand tu regardes justement cette Ligue nationale-là, tu as des nouveaux joueurs. Je pense à un Kenny Hill qui arrive là, Alou qui arrive là comme frappeur, Cordero qui arrive là. Cordero au lieu de Ozzie Smith. Et maintenant, Ozzie Smith-Larkin comme combinaison. Tu as 2 joueurs qui arrêtent de frapper la longue balle, qui arrêtent de faire marquer des points. Ozzie est spectaculaire, mais il ne faut pas être nostalgique toute notre vie. Là. On est rendu à le point de Ozzie Smith depuis l'affaire là.
Alors, au cours des prochaines minutes, avant le début de la rencontre, on aura, au cours de cet avant-match, évidemment, une capsule concernant les joueurs des Expos, les 5 représentants des Expos qui sont là. On aura également les faits saillants du concours de coups de circuit, hier, remporté encore une fois par la Ligue américaine, bien sûr, les coups de canon. Et on aura la présentation des joueurs, des hymnes nationaux, ainsi de suite. Alors, demeurez des nôtres dans quelques instants, la présentation du 65e match des étoiles en direct de Pittsburgh.
Puis la draft, c'est en bouteille que ça se passe. La draft à l'état pur.
Manong promis du gros.
La concurrence en interurbain vous promet de grosses réductions comparativement à Belle. Mais la comparaison ne tient pas compte de nos plans d'économie. En bout de ligne, évitez d'être surpris.